What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another Reviews Corp podcast, also known as the ARC podcast, also known as the ARC podcast. It's currently Christmas Eve, so I'd like to say Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays to everybody that's listening. And yeah,
Yep. Yeah,
we
Merry
are
Christmas.
currently,
Yeah,
yeah,
Merry Christmas Eve. Happy. Yeah. You're gonna have we have a present for you. Really good present.
oh yeah. Before we get started, um, I'm your host, Red Devilosa Reviews, and I'm back here again with my good co-host.
Hi. This is Kurt. It's really a wonderful holiday. With this wonderful movie. I couldn't believe how wonderful it is.
Yeah. Hi, Semantic Dragon. Merry Crimbo to you as well.
Yep.
And yeah, so before we get started, just a quick reminder that we do have another channel, another Reviews Core podcast, where we put all of these episodes the Monday after the stream. So yeah, so basically you'll be able to see this again on another Reviews Core podcast on Christmas Day. So just be on the lookout for that. And please subscribe to that channel. We'd greatly appreciate it. Yeah. And
Yep.
Fenix Santos. Hello and Merry Crimbo. Are you ready for Rebel the Lunar? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
This fantastic movie.
What a great movie. I just want to kill myself. I mean, I want to. I'm perfectly fine. Don't worry about me.
Yeah. So I guess Unity, tell us what are we going to be talking about today?
Rebel fucking Moon, by the genius Zack Snyder. You know, he saved cinema so well.
Yeah, Rebel Moon, directed by Zack Snyder, set in on Netflix. It was also written by Zack as well,
Yeah, with
with
two others.
with two other writers as well.
Okay, so you know what they also wrote. One of them wrote. What's that? Oh yeah, Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead, another classic.
Yay. What the other one wrote? Okay, let's see. The other one wrote uh 300, the second 300 movie at an Atomic Blonde. Okay, that wasn't too bad.
Atomic Blonde wasn't so bad,
Yeah, to be
from what I
honest,
remember.
yeah, probably even if like one writer isn't like too bad, the other two are just so bad. I just couldn't believe
Yeah,
it.
that's true. It
How did
also
the
has
army? Yeah,
Sofia Boutella in there as well.
yeah, nice stuff.
So yeah, basically, it's Snyder has described this film as what if Star Wars, but with sex, violence, and swearing. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, but as you know, classic Snyder. We
Yeah.
don't. This isn't the final cut. This is the safe to release version, and we're gonna get that Snyder cut version very soon. In the coming months,
Yeah.
and then in April there will be part two. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah,
Yeah. Good. Good. I won't be watching extended cut. It's like I don't know. It's just like one more hour of people walking upstairs. I guess.
yeah.
Uh.
Um, so there's that. Yeah. Basically, the first part one, A Child of Fire. Part two, The Scar Giver, is that's set to release on April 2024.
Yep.
I don't know. It's. So
Oh.
what do you think about this franchise?
This
Now that it's
franchise.
defranchised.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my lord! I just hope that people stop giving Zack Snyder that much attention. I was like, he can't make movies. Like, oh my lord.
Yeah. I guess like we're gonna have to substantiate these claims. So um as we said before, this is directed by Zack Snyder, screenplay Zack Snyder, Kurt Johnstad, and Shay Hatton. The story is by Zack Snyder. I believe he had this pitch to Star Wars. I think before Disney had uh had its hand back in 2012. Uh, they said no, which probably the smartest move Kathleen Kennedy
Yep.
has done.
Yeah.
Um, they also said Rebel Moon is inspired by the works of Akira Kurosawa, Star Wars films, and heavy metal.
Yeah.
Um,
Yep. He also calls it Star Wars in space.
yeah, which is already in space.
Happy. Yay.
He's also tried to do this for a video game with Warner Games, and also tried it as a movie with Warner Bros. A couple of times. They also said no, and then Netflix picked it up, which honestly kind of makes sense. Netflix is known to be desperate, and Snyder's known to be desperate. So,
Yep. Great.
hello, Sty.
Um,
Happy Easter. Yeah,
yeah. Happy. Really early Easter.
yeah. So that's kind of how it became what it is today. It
Okay.
was first.
So
It was yeah. Another thing. It was supposed to be a television series, but then it got settled to be a movie instead.
because it's structured like a television.
I guess it is in a way.
Yeah.
Uh, Still not interesting.
I mean,
Um,
I still won't, I was still shown even if it's a television, but the structure is basically just a TV show. It's not. I don't know. It's like it's so weird. Uh,
yeah.
uh,
Um,
um, yeah. I guess we just talk about the budget. It's like it's not as big as I thought it is.
yeah. It's $166 million, but it's also shared with part two, so it's not just in this one part. Just to keep that
So
in mind.
so it's like one movie is like 84 million. So it's like I can give a bit more leeway. It's like it's not as good as the modern Star Wars or something.
Yeah, and the other thing is like with this one, I mean, they had one planet where it was like a real set location, the first one, and then everything else is just a CG landscape,
Jesus.
pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything just looked the same. Uh, after we leave the first planet, not Tatooine. Um, you know,
Yep.
you got some names here. You got Sophia Boutella as the main character, Cora. You
Anthony
got
Hopkins.
Jimon Honsu
Yeah.
as a formal general with, I guess, some PTSD. You got Ed Skrein as uh, main bat, the main bad guy of the film. Uh, you got Michael Hussein Husman, uh,
I mean,
Cora
you got
side piece,
yeah.
which is funny because both Dario Nahara's characters are in the movie.
Yeah. I mean,
Uh,
they got Anthony Hopkins in the movie as well. So
yeah, they got Anthony Hopkins as well.
they got
One of
they
the
got
one of the
Carrie.
droid voices.
Yeah, it's like Carrie Elwes is the king and Jenna Malone is the spider.
Yeah,
Jesus.
he also got Snyder's ball sniffer, Ray Fisher,
Jeez.
in
Yeah.
the movie as well,
Well, at least he died.
and
Spoilers.
Charlie Hunnam with his terrible Irish accent.
Yeah, I love my life.
But
Well, yeah.
yeah. Let's see what some comments we got. I still haven't seen the movie in full. As soon as 15 minutes says it already overstayed its welcome, and then it desperately tries to make the worst of its welcome as long for it says. Yeah, honestly, the first minute, man, literally starts off with a space
Most
vagina wormhole.
I don't know what the fuck is the dialogue in that. It's like even the monologue, just like it just confused me so much. It's like what does it say again?
Yeah,
Okay,
also
hold on.
Arrakis Light. Yeah, that's true as well.
It's okay. What the? Okay, I don't know what to
This
say
film
about
has like
that.
a really bad mix of like Dune, Star Wars. You got a little bit of Harry Potter in there as well for some
It
reason.
just, to be honest, it's just copying the Force Awakens.
Yeah,
A New Hope. Yeah, definitely.
yeah. The
So
Force Awakens is better.
yeah, fuck.
Jupiter
It's,
Ascending is better.
I can't believe I actually say those.
Yeah. At
It's
least
like
Jupiter
how.
Ascending like knew it was like silly
Yeah, I
and
mean,
it was trying.
I don't know.
Whereas this is like
I
everything is
don't.
like I don't know.
Uh, I don't know what excuse does this movie have, because at least for Force Awakens, it's like they basically write it as they are filming.
Right.
Jesus. So what is this monologue again? On the Mother World, 1,000 kings ruled unchallenged in succession, but in the royal bloodline lust for powers, they consume everything upon their planets. The realm marched its army into the fatness of space, conquering everything in its path. The glory of the Mother World seemed without end until the treachery of an assassin blade struck down the king and queen, severing the royal bloodline forever. In the chaotic aftermath of the king's death, several conquered planets on the edge of the Mother's reach began to whisper of revolution. A senator named Belisarius used the opportunity to seize power, declare himself regent. As a show of strength, he sent his most brutal commander in the outreach of the Motherworld's dominion to find and crush without mercy those who would call themselves rebel. Oh my lord! I don't even know how to begin with this like opening sentence.
Yeah. Let's see what else.
On yeah,
Uh
1,000
also the
king.
series Blood Machines by Carpenter but already did Space Vagina Wormholes. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And at least
Yes,
that had a banger soundtrack. That's
yes,
also true.
they don't have a shitty monologue at the beginning. It's like what 1,000 kings rule without a challenge in succession, and then just like some assassin just kill them. It's like an assassin, which is like
Yeah.
and then okay, if you like watch the things afterward, it's just gonna be even worse because that's not an assassin. They
Yeah.
strike down the king and queen and sever the royal bloodline forever. I was like, okay, where are the guards? Is it like a red? Is it like a red? What's it called? Red wedding? Yeah, red wedding. Like,
It's a red
is it a?
wedding, yeah.
I was like, well, yeah,
Um
yeah. And then
I guess like to summarize that, it was like so what they're trying to say is like the mother world is like a militaristic empire.
yeah,
It has like centuries of conquest and war with its imperium soldiers. The current king has a daughter, Princess Issa, who has like this. So you kind of learn a little bit more about it later in the movie, in a way.
yeah,
This daughter basically has the power to heal and
uh,
resurrect.
yeah,
And then it's taken as a sign of redemption for the mother world, and the royal family was like trying to,
mm,
fix the empire through compassion. But they're publicly assassinated during the coronation, and this one guy Belisarius, played by Frafi, uh, is a prominent senator. Then he becomes regent and renews the empire conquest with sadism, basically. Uh,
yeah. Oh, gee. And to be honest, though,
you can
it's
already see the somewhat
it's
Empire Darth Vader
it's so
parallels.
clunky because in a
Yeah,
New Hope it's like it's so easy in the New Hope, just so empires conquer everything and just rebel happens. Like this is just like, oh, here's a bunch of black backstory. You're just like, wait, where the fuck did that came from?
yeah,
It doesn't even make any sense. In the chaotic aftermath of the king's death, several conquered planets on the edge of the mother world's reach began to whisper of revolution. I was like, motherfucker, there should be a lot more planets conquering for like whispering for revolution. If that's if they conquer a fucking universe.
And then it's just like one of those classic things. It's like because they go to this planet, which we'll kind of get into in a bit. They go to this planet and they're trying to get like these resources of like food or whatever. But it's like they have all this military weapons. Like, why do you need to go to this particular planet for all that stuff when you have the resources clearly to go through it? It's just one of those things. It's like
Yeah.
when you try to think about the plot,
Yeah.
especially for the villain's point of view, it's like it just doesn't function at all.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I
because
just like
you expect me to believe that this is the only planet that has this kind of resources in terms of food and
mm,
uh, crops and whatever. I don't know, like, but yeah, we'll expand more on that. Um,
yeah. To be honest, if I break down this model, it just took me 30 minutes. It's like an assassin's blade struck down king and queen, which I was like, wait, so you have to get close to king and queen and the daughter. How the fuck do you kill them without the guard stopping you? And it's like his most outer reach. Bruce like sent his most brutal commander into the outer reach of the mother world to crush those without mercy and who call themselves rebels. Like, what the fuck we call themselves rebels? Like, does anyone in the planet just contact each other just like, hey, we should call ourselves rebels instead of just like if they conquer everything, I don't know. How do they communicate with each other again? I don't think they have space phones in this movie. Yeah. Oh, actually,
no,
yeah. Great.
Zack can't function unless he has color schemes that's hard on the eyes, dragged out and uncut scenes, and very sturdy building collapses like a house of cards when you tap them with your finger. I'm embarrassed that I used to be a hardcore consumer for this guy. Yeah. Um, I guess I never really had that much attachment to Zack Snyder. I've kind of always like, because like I know like Man of Steel was like always like people thought it was good and then it turns out it wasn't. I never really liked Man of Steel even back in 2013.
To be
Um,
honest.
but yeah, I mean I do understand where that thought process came from. For those that for those that saw it the first time and they thought it was fine. Um,
Yeah.
I mean
No, to be honest, I just
Man of Steel is better
yeah.
than this. I'll give it that.
Jesus. Yeah. I mean, I find it so boring. It's like, but I find both movies so boring. I just can't even get through without I
Yeah,
don't know.
I'm not like a whole advocate of like boring as like as a use of
Yeah, neither do
criticism
I.
or anything like that.
It's just so tough
Um,
to just watch it. I mean,
but
and
man, like I mean, the first thing like Cora is talking about is like her how she was like conditioned to not love, and it's like okay, so it's gonna be
yeah,
one of those kinds of movies.
yeah. Oh my god, it's like what is the opening again? Just like Cora played by Sophia Botella, just like farming and just looking at the dual suns. I mean the planet sun thing, and just like
Yeah, it's just Tatooine, but there's grass this
it's like
time,
it's like
grass and water.
they just basically copy a New Hope immediately. It's like without
And it's like I don't really mind per se because I guess that was the point.
mm,
Um, I guess like I guess like Core was meant to be his version of Ray. Um, if we go by the timeline of when he pitched this idea and all that stuff, I mean, obviously you can't really help and compare like the Disney trilogy versus this movie. So that just be in mind of that.
to be honest, Ray is a better character than Korra. I'm not even fucking kidding at this point.
I honestly agree.
Yeah, she'll be self-contradictive so many times. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the love scenes. Like, I, what the fuck is happening next? It's just they just after the farming, they just go to a farm and just like, oh my god, we haven't had meat for so many times, and then and then fuck. And they're just like, yeah, because we have so many succession in farming, we gotta have an orgy. I mean, sex. What the fuck? He's a kid. Who writes something like this?
Snyder. Yeah. So basically, this is like a planet called Velt. They basically is like a cropping kind of planet basically, and then then things are said, things are done, I guess, and then all of a sudden, you get the the not empire show up.
Yeah, and they just like
Yeah, one
what?
second. Just some comments. Assuming that you have more knowledge as to why, because I only watched the first half. Yeah, that's fair. And then
Yeah,
Phoenix, this is supposed to be a rejected Star Wars script, right? So what are the odds that the lead female was supposed to be Rey? Yeah. So this was an idea pitched to Disney Star Wars back in 2012, which
what
was rejected.
what
Um,
to be fair is like Ray is the opening of Ray is also copying like Luke.
A New
It's like,
Hope, but
yeah,
which I guess like in theory, it's like there's something necessarily wrong with doing that. It's just kind of like the only problem, of course, is like
yeah.
you could have tried something different, of course, and then obviously with that,
Dude,
um,
yeah.
you just suffer the same problem of like you don't really go anywhere further with that.
Very much. It's also like Ray. It's just bland and
Veld means grassland, by the way. Oh, that's a
oh,
good fact. Thank you.
thanks. And also, by the way, Korra calls that. Do you know what the Korra said? It's like, I'm telling you, this is home now. I want this to be true. And then I was like, wait, what? Do you know? Do you understand the scene of Luke looking at the dual suns, or even Ray just looking at ships because they want to leave the fucking planet. I was like, wait, how can you have two? It's like she just have her Koa just look at the sun, just like, oh, I want to leave here, and then afterwards, just like, fuck, I just want to stay here. What the fuck is wrong with this girl?
I mean, okay. I guess for that point, it's like to be fair, it's like she wanted. I guess like the idea is like she wanted to be a part of that new life here, but like I think the problem, of course, is like when you keep going with like her talking about her past and all that stuff, it won't make sense anymore. I
Yeah,
guess in the context of like the first 5 minutes, it's like okay. I mean, I guess like she likes this planet, which is different from Luke and Ray. In that context,
uh,
but again, like it's really difficult to kind of talk about this movie because like none of these characters like really have any substance to them.
motives.
They're all
Yeah,
like mannequins, uh, spewing dialogue here and there, and a lot of it's contradictory. First off, especially Cora. Um, but
yeah,
yeah,
it's
that's like the general thing about this. But it's like if her concept is like I want to stay on this planet, fine, I guess. But then
yeah.
obviously that's not going to be true, which we're getting to.
It's like, and it's just like and to be honest, a lot of things just assumptions. It's like, but I understand. I'm a child of war. It's like, okay, wait, what? So you're a war soldier? How the fuck did they accept you to be here? If they
And yeah,
hate the
that's
child,
that's another big difference. This one, uh, Korra has a history of war and all this stuff. So
yeah. If you look at it, it's just like I'm going through a transcript because I couldn't just type the notes down. I have to go through every single dialogue to just be insane. I'm
yeah,
a child of war. Fuck you. Yeah. Next. What the fuck is happening next?
basically, you got you got Corey Stoll, Darren Cross from
Yeah.
the Ant Man
Yeah.
films. He's basically he's the chief there. He's trying to basically tell, you know,
Oh
Ed
no
Screen's
no.
character like
Fuck
we're not
no.
really interested in this trade and
Yeah.
all this
What?
stuff,
Fuck.
but
Oh right. There's. Why did they hear? It's like the scene beforehand. The character. The I don't know what the fuck is the name again. Michael Houseman's character is like, oh, I sold things to a
I just kept
rebel.
calling him Dario.
Yeah, Dara. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah,
He just like they know that he's selling things to the rebel because they give him more money. Which my question is Why? It's like, how do you okay, so if you can find the rebels so easily, what the fuck don't the Empire just find them already?
Because
I mean,
plot.
yeah. Actually, they actually present that question. They just didn't answer it afterwards.
Yeah, yeah.
Life.
Yeah, you basically have this whole like this whole thing like where Ed Screen is trying not to be generic villain number one, but
Yeah.
he
He's
very much so is.
he's
Uh
Kylo Ren. Honestly, that's how I would describe it. It's what it's like. Oh yeah, the scene. Yeah, that leads to this scene, and Korra is like, they gotta take away everything from you.
yeah. Korra would have done horrible shit to even stay in the Empire or whatever they're called in this movie. Hell, in the flashback, she was happy about it for a while, but she still was.
Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, they didn't. They did. We'll get to that. It's insane. So, Corey's. Oh my god. Yeah, the Corey story adds grind scenes. Adds grind. What the fuck is Corey still even lying to him? It's like, oh my god, we can't grow anything. It's like what? All the Empire
You
need to
can't
do is
possibly that. Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
can't
You're
lie
right.
like that.
Like you're on a planet with grasslands and all that stuff. You have a lot of people there. You can't just possibly like just lie and say, yeah, we don't make enough food or anything. We don't know how to make food or anything like that. Or yeah, that was
That's a shitty
and
lie.
then it's like, and then he asks like, you think I was like, born yesterday or something?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, I was like,
fair
oh,
enough. Yeah,
fair enough, fair enough. Oh god. Um, and then like the guy, and then Dario just like, oh, actually, I'm the one responsible for farming. We grew a lot of food. It's like, and then it's like, Ed, and then Ed's Grant was like, wait, I thought, who the fuck is this guy again? I was like, motherfucker, you asked for the guy who's like, the who's responsible for the farming and stuff, for the controlling the farming.
yeah. Then like Corey Stoll's character is like, he's nobody. He's not important. Which then like leads into the whole, this is what we do to as leaders. We have to punish and all this stuff. But it's the old classic bamboozle, where this wooden stick, which is his reliant weapon of choice for some reason,
And then
he has it. He has it up to Dario's head. I think his name is Gunnar, but like I don't
yeah,
really care.
fuck it.
Um, yeah, so he has it as to his head, but then all of a sudden he hits Corey Stoll instead.
Why?
Yeah, so it's
I
like, what we do to leaders? I kill the other leader. I guess.
was like, no.
Yeah, and
Why the
then
fuck they
then
kill?
then you got this blue lightsaber lady.
He just kills an innocent
Like
girl.
kills the woman
I was like,
as
why
well.
would you do that? Yeah, it's like, what the fuck would you just kill the Dario? Instead of the guy who just the nicest
It's
and just like
because he has second billing. That's why.
Jesus.
Actually, he doesn't. It's fourth,
Oh my.
but
Yep.
still top five.
Don't worry. And then the dialogues afterwards even worse. What the fuck does he said again? It's like, after 9 weeks, I want you to send 10,000. Fuck, I don't remember the term.
It's like
10,000 food
12,000.
here. No, 10,000. And
10,000,
then
10,000.
and then afterwards it's that, and then the Dario just like, but we can only take 12,000 during that time. We're gonna starve to death. I was like, and then he just like, I wanted to take everything from you. I was like, what? That's only 83%.
Yeah. Essentially, you just got like the whole thing. Like, it's just like flip the switch. Flip the script. I guess like in terms of like Yeah, I just wanted to steal all your stuff.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
And then you got the whole you got 9 weeks. All right, then I'll give you 10 weeks to get me what I need. Again, like, am I supposed to like just believe that this is the only planet that can like do this for you? In this galaxy, but then again, I don't know anything about this galaxy, so I can't
Pretty
really
much.
speak on that.
Yeah, and also they also said they suspect there's two rebels. You know, the two leader of the rebels are heroes, like order blood tax or some shit, and then just like, and then they just basically just didn't do anything aside from give me your food.
Yeah, and then think in the context of Korra in the scene, just hiding, which fine, okay, but then you see her skills and abilities later in the movie, and then you question why didn't she do anything here, um,
Yeah, yeah,
especially like when we get to a bar scene and you see how that fight happens. Uh, there's really no reason why Korra wouldn't do anything, but there's like a setup for that, setup with quote unquotes. Um,
yeah.
but before we get there, there's a few other stuff that happens here. So like
That's a
we talked about
robot.
we
Yeah,
talked about the droid character played by Anthony Hopkins,
what a
uh,
waste.
who is the best character in this film. No surprise.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of us Ahsoka. Hey, I care about the drug more than everyone, and then just like, and then the entire movie isn't very cares about the main character.
So
It's
basically, it's I think
mm,
like the droid is like a former. It was like a former. What do you call it? Like it used to be a part of the Mechanical
yeah,
Knights, I think. Obviously, like its programming is kind of like defective because of like the master of it was killed. So there's one jackass kind of character is like just like kind of like
he just shoot.
shooting at it because he's trying to prove that it won't fight back.
I was like, why would you do that? I mean, the to be honest, the person commanding you should already know this or should already know this. And you're basically
Yeah,
shooting a robot trying to already lifting the box of supplies and just like about to move that, and just like you're just basically risking the supplies to be destroyed.
yeah, and it's the fact that it's a mechanical knight and it's not proven that it won't fight back. It doesn't fight back, luckily enough.
Yeah,
Um, but then
and
yeah, discount Michael Shannon tells him to
yeah,
stop.
and
Um,
and this guy was like, "Oh my god, why were you stopping me? I gonna shoot you." It's like, no, he's a soldier. Why would you even say something like this?
yeah, and this guy's like a jackass in the sense like it's so cartoony how much of a jackass he is. Like like when Sam the water girl was like giving water, and he's just like he's just like smacking her around and then like drinking the water with like oh that's gonna be a nasty audio clip. But yeah, it's like he's just being like a pig on intentionally, and then it's like then this discount Michael Shannon is like taking the water and trying to be more respectful to it, but then yeah, when she leaves, like they're just talking about what a hot piece of ass she is. So
Yeah,
um yeah, so that's Snyder's attempt of how do we make bad guys? Well, let's
yeah,
sexualize the women and
that's a fucking
we'll go
girl.
further into that in
I
the
was like,
following scene.
how old was is that girl? Jesus. Um,
It's not stated, but uh, yeah, it's not stated.
yeah, let's see. Oh
It's like
yes,
even online, like it says the actress was like within 18 to 21,
it's like
but
really she looks
definitive.
younger.
It's not definitive proof.
Really? She looks younger. She looks younger than 18.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know,
Mm.
because Google made a guess like 18 to 21. It doesn't it's not said online.
Yeah,
It
it's
It definitely did not look safe. I'll give it that.
Yeah, when she was like talking to him and stuff.
But I mean, yeah. Um, yeah. So basically that happens. The droid is getting shot at. Then Discount Michael Shannon tells him to, go to the river and get cleaned up. So it goes, and while it's cleaning up, basically he has a conversation with Sam, the water girl. Um,
And
which honestly, I think that was probably the only good scene, like
brother,
in terms
uh,
of like, well, I guess
uh,
like in terms of like, I guess in terms of like, what the robot is saying to the girl and all this stuff. It's like something where like I had like at least some interest in like kind of like hearing. I guess it's because it's Anthony Hopkins,
yeah, I
so
don't
I'll
know.
give it that.
I just like Anthony Hopkins. That's kind of it. I don't know, man. It's basically just exposition dump. Okay, yeah, because if I break down the story, it doesn't really make sense. It's just I just like Anthony Hopkins. That's the best I can describe it. Uh, the robot just like tell me, Sam. Do you know about the story for Slain King and his beautiful daughter, the Princess Ice? I was like, why would you lead? Why do you lead this so quickly? You barely know each other. I mean, she helps you a bit. It's like,
To be fair, he says you remind me of her.
yeah.
Um, but yeah,
It was like you're basically
it
telling her
is
a
like
story.
it.
Yeah,
It is like bad exposition overall, and it
yeah.
doesn't really. I don't think it really applies to the story overall.
It's
Which
yeah.
is like, I mean, sometimes you have scenes like that where it's like, it's not really like consequential to the plot, but it's like, is it a nice
Uh,
scene or not? I mean, I guess.
I don't know. Also
Uh,
it's yeah. Also,
it just
there's like
doesn't do anything over for the story,
it's
basically.
also confused me about a bit about robots. Like, I don't know. It's like first off, why the fuck would you tell her a story about basically the red wedding? She got killed at the end, betrayed, stabbed. Fuck. And then he said, "I felt a great warmth for the universe." Like, Jesus, wait, you can feel it? How can you feel? How can you feel something like this? You're a robot.
Yeah, but then like when Sam touches the face, like it glows in yellow.
Right. Yeah,
Um,
Zack Snyder really doesn't really world build. It's like can the robot feel or not? Feel something or not?
yeah, from the I guess in the context of this, it seems like it does.
Uh, yeah,
Yeah.
she was magic. Oh yeah, she was more than magic. Uh the entrance. I don't know, man. Because she was more than magic. Is this like I don't know? Is this foreshadowing she has magic or something? It's like I just give it a benefit of the doubt. Just like I just assume he doesn't know as well.
You mean Sam or
Uh, the
Sam
rope.
the water girl?
No,
Or
the princess. Because
oh
they
yeah.
after they said it's a myth. Does she have magic or not? She was magic. Ah, yeah, she was more than magic. We also, I'll
But
just
then
give it a
like we
benefit.
see we see
Yeah.
Sophia's backstory, um explaining the princess and all that. And then
Which
we
is
we literally see its magic
yeah. To be
when she resurrects the dead bird.
my question is why don't you just use a robot if you don't want to risk people to know she has magic or something?
Then the plot can happen.
Uh-huh. And then and it's like I'm afraid our compassion, our kindness, our fairy joy died with that young girl. I was like, huh? Wait,
Yeah, that's also in the opening monologue.
wait. So does people like the old king or not? Because from the opening, it's just like it just sounds like she's the king is Hitler.
What I don't know. I think what it was saying is like, so just for context for chat and those that are listening, we just watched this yesterday.
Yeah,
So some of our thoughts are not going to be very coherent, and I want to apologize for that. If there is like a Snyder, like, if we do talk about the Snyder cut, it will probably be more more efficient the next time if we do talk about it. Which I'm not looking forward to that. Just
Yeah,
FYI.
yeah.
But if it is needed, like we will use that. But yeah, basically, I think what it was like saying is like the king and queen, they were trying to make the universe a more peaceful place. Which again, we still don't really know why it was not peaceful, per se. But I guess like the concept of like, well, it's an empire, so there has to be evil somewhere. Uh, and then this senator guy who we later learn is Sophia's dad. Um, gets all three of them killed. Uh, to replace compassion with sadism, which is very cringe. But I think the king is supposed to be a good person. I think,
I think.
and then the senator is the one who gets him killed and
I mean,
replaces him as the regent.
yeah, yes, it's so weird because the robots was had an assassin's blade. I was like, what? Fucking, why would you say assassin if there's someone close to you? I fear we lost some measure of our honest since that betrayal.
Yeah,
Like,
they definitely
what?
did. I
Jeez,
guess.
yeah. So,
Um,
let's literally just go through the transcript, just like word for word, just in case. Didn't miss anything. I mean, it only makes me more confused about what is being said.
yeah,
Uh, Jesus.
yeah. So basically, you have that. It ends with the hand touching his head, and then like it glows in the light.
Yeah,
And she also gives him like a flower,
yeah,
tiara kind of thing,
yeah.
which I guess that's nice.
Nice. I mean,
Um,
by the way, they it's like, by the way, just a scene before. This is what they said for the program. It's like after the king died, the programming just shuts down. It was like, why would you program something like this inside them? I don't
yeah, the
know.
problem is like it's the only droid we see in this movie, so we don't have any references or to compare it to. So I guess that's the only benefit of the doubt I'll give it. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, uh,
yeah. Just so
that's my only thing about the droid character in general. But like,
yeah. I mean,
yeah, then
also
we
is like,
follow up with like, yeah.
also just like, why isn't there more droids for used by the Empire side? I don't know I don't care to remember the name of the villain, just the Empire. Why don't they use more droids to fight? They're bulletproof.
They say, I guess to be fair, they say he is the last mechanical knight.
Yeah, which is I don't know. It's just I just wonder why don't they just make more robots instead of sand foot soldiers?
Oh, of course, it's going to be. I fully expect there to be a prequel in this franchise
Yeah, it's like Army
because
of the
this
Dead.
this film is like set in a way like there's probably going to be a prequel. Like I mean, think of BVS and like what the attempt like they wanted to do a Batman prequel with
Yeah,
Ben Affleck's Batman. But to be fair, that's like a comic book character and that we know his history of. So like you can do a prequel with him. It's pretty easy to do that. Hypothetically, of course.
Jesus.
Rebel Moon, and like Army of the Dead. Obviously, those are kind of like you can kind of see that this film is clearly made in a way that I expect them to do a prequel with this character or something like that, and then Army of the Dead. We already know there's some prequels confirmed already.
I mean, they've already made
Um,
one. It's called Army of Thieves.
yeah, that too.
Jeez. Do you remember? So because Army of the Dead is there's so a lot of things weird in Army of the Dead. They're just like zombie can have sex. They are robot zombies. I was like, huh? What? Can you explain those?
What's a robot zombie?
I don't know. Zombies with the skin, robots with the skin of a zombie. It's an Army of the Dead. What's like
It's kind of
how?
stupid.
Oh my god, it's
Yeah. Yeah. I fully expect like Jim and Huson's character, the general, will probably get a prequel. I think it's like I feel like his entire narrative, like later in the movie, is like if it's pretty. It feels pretty obvious that they're going to make a prequel movie for him. Um, so,
Yeah, so,
but yeah,
we
we'll
haven't.
get to him in a
Yeah,
we'll get to him in a bit.
we haven't
Um,
got get to the plot thing yet. This movie is
yeah. So
broken.
basically, next up, Cora is like basically trying to leave because she's saying this planet is doomed.
Yes.
Because
What?
because they were the farmers were trying to have hope and like saying like when they come back we'll be ready and fight them and all that stuff. And then it's like gets Cora upset to the point where it's like uh her father figure, I guess. I really can't care.
Yeah.
It basically is like, oh, you're just gonna leave them here to die. It's like, well, they're already lost. They have all this hope and they're feeling like they're gonna be able to win. It's like we know it's not true. I know it's not true. It's like
And oh my,
yeah, I
they.
guess so
Uh,
I guess that's call it quits then.
I mean, they just. I mean, to be honest, I don't know. Just that's it. This is the only thing that gives some of explanation. How did she end escape after backstory? That's what they said. When I found you in the wreck, when I found you in the wreckage of that ship, I considered leaving you. I was afraid you could bring trouble to us, but I do for a moment regret bringing you into our. But do I for a moment regret bringing you into our lives? I was like, this is the only explanation. They just found her in the wreckage of a ship. I was like,
Oh
huh?
yeah. Speaking of the dialogue, a lot of the dialogue is like kind of like framed in um it's like I don't know, like Chad, if you can like kind of like understand what I'm saying. It's like um some of the dialogue is in the sense like I speak in this rhetorical question and then I answer it. Like, do you really think I don't know anything about like how you feel? Of course I do. It's like that kind of thing. Like, but it happens like so frequently, like where the characters just talking, 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 like to the point where anything they talk about is just kind of like silly. Um,
Yeah,
where yeah, it's like yeah, and that's like a few examples like that. It's like where there's like characters like talking in rhetorical questions, which is just really weird in terms of like it doesn't feel like a natural conversation. It just feels like reading off a script.
yes.
Um,
It's
yeah,
yeah. It's just also just like there's everything is just so fake. That's it's like Ahsoka. Just like they just barely explain everything. Like, oh, I found you in a wreckage of a ship. I was like, okay, does she crash landed or does the other people also have ships as well? Because no one in this village seems to have ships.
and yeah, that's another thing. Like the script has a lot of like, remember when I did this for you, or remember when I did that for you,
Hmm.
that kind of stuff as well.
Yes.
Which of course is like it is a little difficult to. I understand like in some writing aspects, it's like it's kind of difficult for some of it
Yeah.
to be like it's you have to try to expositate for those that are I don't know if that was a word for the audience for the audience that doesn't know anything about this world. And obviously these are characters that known each other for years, and you just gotta like display that story in a natural conversation that makes sense for the characters when they're talking to each other, while also making sense for the audience that is watching the
I
product.
mean,
So it's like
they. I don't know. The
that's
only
usually
way.
a challenge. Like a lot
Mhm.
of writers
Yeah, same.
try to
To be
figure that
honest,
out.
if you're gonna say something to the next character, the thing is you have to understand this. You have to write subtext when your exposition. Basically, so you have to just like argue. You have both characters just argue about each other. It's like why she shouldn't leave, why she should leave, and then he just like spell out some backstory. It's like, but in the backstory, it's like it's actually just means that you don't know how to run. You can't run. You only safe because I saved you. It's like if the that's the only way. That's like one of the ways you can just say the backstory. Ugh.
That's yeah, something like that.
Or yeah, or just just have Cora just tell the same thing to like to Dario afterwards. You can just do that.
Yeah, but the problem with that is like it happens. They already do that like three times in the story for other reasons. To the point where it's like, yeah, then like I mean that's kind of the thing about Sophia in general. Like I guess she does talk more than Ray because like she actually has experiences prior to this movie. So I understand why that's the case, but like a lot of uh a lot of Cora's like monologues or stuff like that are just kind of like
She has a
there's
lot
really
of
no substance to them.
Yeah, just a lot of backstory. Just there's not much reactions. Just that's it.
Yeah, but yeah, I guess like we'll kind of get a little bit more into it when we go further in. But yeah,
Yeah,
basically, Cora is she's choosing to leave. By the time she gets to a horse
yeah.
thingy, uh, something
And
happens.
all the soldiers just basically want to rape this girl.
Yeah, so
I was like,
the
what?
so the water girl that we got to see earlier, she a lot of the men want to fuck her. So, they
Not
pick
just
her
one of
up.
them.
They Not
It's
one of them,
insane.
like 5, 6 of them.
No, it should be all the soldiers because because they after they killed them, no one reported it outside. Just like okay, all the soldiers must be inside this warehouse and just kills them
Everybody's
all.
in the barn, yeah.
Yeah, it's like was
And
like
then you got discount Michael Shannon there. Is like, it's like we'll let this happen, but I got to go first. That kind of okay, so, okay.
I I was like wait, I thought you guys are just like I thought like the commander and just one of the guys is like okay, stop this guy from being an asshole to a robot. And everyone just like nah, let's just let him fuck a girl. I was like
Yeah, and it's Snyder's cheap way of like sexual assault equals bad guy. Which yeah, I understand that, but like very lame.
no, I have you seen like fuck it, just like have you seen A New Hope? Even though like different factions have their own like beliefs, it's like I don't know, crazy, right?
Yeah, but you see, with discount Michael Shannon, trying to get a piece. Then that first. So just keep in mind, Cora was hesitating if she should save Sam or not. Remember that
Yeah,
because the movie doesn't remember that. Um, she was hesitating to save Sam. There was another guy there. He had a crush on Sam, like another army soldier guy, and he was like nicer to her, but like nice in the sense of like I didn't try to bother you, in a sense. Like, well, I guess he loves her in that sense. Like, okay, so yeah, the other army guys they basically like hit him and like put him in an armbar
I
lock
thought
and basically
yeah, it's
like
like, which
because he's trying to save her, but like obviously it's 1 versus 6.
yeah,
Um,
it's like it's basically just like it's not what the fuck is Snyder thinking? It's child rape. It's like okay, I thought it was just fake, and then after I just realized the robot said, "Oh, reminded me of her. You reminded me of her." And in the backstory, we see that the princess is a kid. I was like, that's child rape.
yeah, again, I can't really confirm or deny. I mean, I can't deny it, but like I can't really confirm if the actress herself is of age or not. I guess it's not too important in terms of in the sense of like the story because obviously the whole concept is rape in general. Any
Yeah,
kind of rape is bad. Child rape is worse, obviously, but it's still that's all I can really say about that.
uh,
But yeah,
yeah, just like
you got one guy trying to defend her, but everybody else really really wants to fuck her. Then Cora comes in. She has a the
yeah.
action scenes suck.
Jeez. Yeah, it's, how do I say it? It's like, no, not good.
So
Just the usual slow Snyder slow mo, cool, like shitty editing. Just like even just choreography.
yeah, and like
Uh,
it's I mean it's kind of I really don't want to be the guy that says like, oh, it's like Sophia Boutella is just like a 120-pound woman who's doing all this stuff.
no,
I don't
she's a
want to be
dance.
the guy.
She's a
Like it
yeah, she's
there's
a
really nothing
professional
else I can
dancer.
say. Huh?
Yeah, she's a professional dancer in real life. So
I mean I understand that, but like the way that Snyder wrote this character is not like an agile kind of or like a like a tactical mind or like that kind of like she's a brawler. Like she's going like heavy hitting with the guys that are much bigger than her. And it's like I guess like if that's how you want her to do the action scenes, fine. But then like I feel like I feel like if you cast like Katie O'Brien or something like that, someone
Or
who's like
just yeah,
a bodybuilder actress, then I feel like that makes more sense to you then, because like you're clearly not here for her acting. Because like I I've said it before, it's like I don't think Sophia is very good in this movie, but I don't think that's her fault. I just think it's like I think Snyder's just that bad with direction with her and like other women characters as well. I mean, like just like fuck it, like in the DCU, like he made the 6-time Oscar nominated actress Amy Adams look like a bad actress. That's fucking impressive of how terrible it is. But like I don't know. But like even without that, it's like Sophia just looks she just looks goofy fighting against these like people that are much bigger than her, and like in a brawler sense, not like in the sense like use my distance, use the gun that I have, or use my speed against them, that kind of thing. Like it's not really like that at all. Like she's literally just like punching and kicking and doing all the close combat stuff, which just looks goofy. But again, like I don't want to be that guy, but like it just doesn't she it just doesn't translate well. And then not to mention like and then there's like other stuff like you kind of talk about like how she's like a peak athlete or like stuff like that, and then like she can't really run either.
yeah.
Again, like I don't want to shit on Sophia Botella like that, but I just think I feel like it's the wrong I feel like it's the wrong cast for what Snyder's going for.
To be honest, it's like that's like I don't know. This is actually more believable than how did he choreograph? Like how did he do choreography? It's like every soldier's like we have guns. It's like and no everyone just like runs close and just forgot to just shoot her. What?
Yeah, and then like this the discount Michael Shannon guy, he's just like he has the gun pointed at Sophia the entire time, but like he never shoots. He's always like
Yeah.
waiting for her to fight and kill the other soldiers. Um, and then even when she's done, he's still holding the gun, holding it at her, and not shooting. Uh, you know that also obviously gets the good the good guy army guy free, so that he can also kill some of his former friends, I guess, for trying to rape a girl that he just met. But I mean, okay. Um, yeah, so you got these two fighting. Then all of them are killed except for discount Michael Shannon.
And then
And he's like saying, then the droid comes in,
and just shoots. It's like, I
and
don't
then
know,
he's
man.
telling the droid like hit to like it's in your programming to like kill these other two that I'm telling you to kill. And
I
then he's
oh
like
my
the droid
lord.
is looking at the gun, and then point blank shoots Disco Michael Shannon in the head.
I was like, what? How does your programming work?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
his
don't know. It's like
programming is pretty good.
shit. I mean, Jesus. I was like, wait, how the fuck do you fix this? It's like all you need to do just like okay, it's still a shit way. It's like okay, that's what you need to say. After the princess died, my programming shut down. That's all you need to say, and then just like, and then you got to sing just like, you remind me of her. So I will just shoot the guy who's about to kill you. So that's all. That's a tweak I will make. I mean, I will scrap the entire movie, but you know, if I need to try to find a way to fix this scene, that's what I would do. You know, the program shut down because you know, princess died. I couldn't protect the princess anymore. That's all. That's all. That's what I will write. It's a
Like
great
he can make
writing.
his own choices or something.
I don't know.
Yeah. So that's basically the first act, kind of. Um. Yeah. So all the soldier guys are dead.
Oh my lord.
Which that's very fortunate because there's nobody there to call for backup or
It's like
that this mutiny happened.
if the Empire can spam the entire universe, why do you just like you send 8 guys and a robot? Why don't you just send an entire army to be here?
A robot that's defective.
Oh,
Yeah. Uh. Yeah. So Korra tells her father figure that now they're gonna have to fight. So I need to recruit an army
It's like,
to help us in this fight.
why
Which
don't we just leave the village?
yeah, so she has to make the Avengers, um,
Guardians of Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, and Dario says he wants to come with her.
It's like, shit. Oh,
And
my,
yeah,
it's like, was like, my question is, why the fuck don't you just leave the village?
yeah. I here was another thing too. It's like I'm pretty sure this planet is like big enough that it has a city somewhere.
I mean, they
And
did.
like
They
and
did
then
go to
like
the city.
they're here in the village, um, which is the only place where they went for the resources and all that stuff. Which plot convenience, I guess.
Yeah, I was like,
But yeah, I guess there's no. I guess like they can't go to refuge to this city, uh, or something like that. Go into hiding or anything like that.
and even that was like, how the fuck are you gonna form an army that's form like the Guardians that has gotta fight a king that's a universal size
It's an
universe.
empire, but like she's getting an army of like 6 dudes,
Great.
6 7 dudes. Yeah,
To fight universe size empire.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So we got a few backstories here and there now with Dario
Oh
and
my lord,
Sophia going on
I'm gonna just
their
I have to get to
adventures.
that point. Charles.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Judas.
I think this is the one where she talked to. Yeah, this is the one where she talked about she's conditioned not to love, but then there was
Oh
this
my lord.
one guy who saved her. Um,
Which is, the guy in the beginning monologue, the fraud freeze character. No,
oh really?
yeah, yeah. It's like, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's her dad,
yeah.
basically.
The guy who's controlling the universe.
Yeah,
He was saved. Yeah, I think that. Yeah, that's. I mean, that's exactly at the end. It's like, okay, find my daughters. Something like this. Yeah. So yeah, it's like, yeah. I mean, they say the name out loud. To be honest, I don't know why they just say the name. The murder forces were commanded by a young general named Ballesterius, who researched the entire of combat. And I'm just gonna say the entire backstory because this is fucking bullshit. It's not just the love part. The Mother World's forces were commanded by a young general named Ballesterius, who relished by escapades of combat. The people of my planet world had mounted a brave defense, but it has served only to encourage the young general. I gave him provocation to take out the anger of the innocent. It was like, what? So he wasn't the guy controlling the empire at that point. Is the old king good or not?
I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know
like, yeah, it's like,
because Sophia's later talk is like the king was good. Um,
yeah,
it's
it's
just
that,
people hated him.
uh,
I think.
and the king just sent people just kill her entire family. Not the general, because not the Ballesterius, the person who's controlling the universe right now. He's still referred to be a young general.
Yeah, she was like 9 years old. Um, she had like a gun on her, and then he was just like tasked to. He was trying to get her to kill him, but she couldn't do it. Um,
Yeah,
and
Bell
yeah, he adopts her.
Ballesterius killed my entire family and took me with him. I don't know why he spared me. To be honest, I don't even know why as well. The movie didn't really try to explain it.
Which I guess part two could explain that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're basically doing a Thanos in Infinity War, because why did he spare young Gamora? Which, if you remember, Thanos just want to kill half of the world, half of the people, and he saw potential in Gamora. But to be fair, there is implication. But the main thing is Thanos is not trying to kill everyone.
Also, this 36-year-old is a father of the 41-year-old Sophia Boutella. So
This is
just keep
so
that in
fun.
mind. I guess
This is
aging doesn't work the same way.
yeah. They get something else. Yeah, the Ballesteros began my training. Okay, then they're just like they gave me the name Arphialis, began my training and education in the history of Mother World. And for 5 years I lived on a ship with its soldiers. For five. By the way, how to say this is basically the backstory of Finn in The Force Awakens.
They also said that you need to have. They kind of. I think they forced them to have lovers.
Yeah, it's like begin my train. So it's like they give me the name Arphelius. Remember that? Began my training and education in the histories of the Mother World, and for 5 years I lived on a ship with its soldiers, who were my only family. Only softness, only the hard lesson of war. Okay?
Yeah.
He told me often on mission of diplomacy when I was his child. I was his prodigy. I was his soldier. I was one of them. By the way, so basically, if, the Empire of the Galaxy sent a child for war, I just expect her to not die. What is this, Berserk?
Hmm.
Uh, daughter of the degraded commander, friend of the king and the royal family, living a life of privilege. Blah blah. To be honest, I just skip a bit. I was expecting to fight for a mother world. At the Academy Militarium, they encouraged us to find a lover, someone who would defend with our lives.
Yeah, so she was basically the former soldier of the Imperium.
Yeah,
Was
they
taken up and brought up by Belisarius,
yeah, it's
Froffy's character, after he destroyed her family and home planet. So it
uh
is a discount Thanos and Gamora situation here. When she
yeah,
graduates from the Imperium Academy, she helped win many battles and conquests for the Mother World. Um,
yeah,
but
just
her lover, quote unquote, dies in that conquest.
and by the way, they have this line. So at the age of 18, I was made an officer and given a command. Age of 18? What the fuck? Why would you send it? Why would you? Why the fuck are you given a command? Given a command at the age of 18?
But you see, Froffy explains to Ed Screen later that like she is the most dangerous woman in the galaxy, which
Jesus.
it's
Wow.
almost word for word what Thanos says about
It's like,
Gamora.
well, yeah, but the Gamora doesn't become the most dangerous person in the galaxy as like what a kid. I fought for the king on this thing where under the banner of people who murdered my entire family. So the king is a bad guy. Basically, what she said, and destroyed my world.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
It's like I don't know. It's like what is this world building? It's like is the king
Because the problem is like they say that the princess was meant to be a bridge to bring the universe into a more to focus more on compassion because of her ability to heal and stuff like that, resurrect the dead,
yeah.
which is ironic considering what happens to her.
Okay.
Um,
They had me trained, broken me, rebuilt me in their image. I'm only telling you this so you know who I am. End of the monologue. And then Dario said that this is What? Why did she say this monologue again? Because he said, "How do I know they'll destroy the village? Why? Because they try to rape the girl and kill Corey Stoltz."
yeah, no, it's like that's
Jesus,
like that was another thing. It's like
Jesus.
um, it's like you asked me like why do I believe that they wouldn't? to the village, right? This is why. It's like nobody talks
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I was like, wait, it's like, why would you ask something like that? It's so clear if you kill, if they just destroy the leader of the village immediately when they arrive, or just kill an innocent woman in front of you. Like, what the fuck wouldn't you believe that?
Yeah, yeah. And then
And and
again, like we see her action ability and her
and
ability to like kind of
yeah,
she knows how they think the mother world people think.
yeah, and then it's like, and then
So the way
yeah,
that the way that basically goes into hiding, Corey Stoll gets killed, plus
yeah,
the mistress woman, I guess,
it
and
just
she doesn't do anything. But then you see her ability to fight in the barn. Then you see her ability to fight in a bar, which is the next scene.
yeah, it's like
There's
yeah,
really
the
no reason why she couldn't have fight to save
Corey
Corey
Stoves.
Stoll.
Yeah,
So
it's the question, and you mean also the question ship is, yeah, it's like, well, I don't know. Why don't the person why don't Dario just ask who the fuck are you? That's all you need to say. Who are you? Why or why do you fight so well? Instead of how do you know they'll destroy us? Fuck off. Do you know? Do you know
yeah,
the
that's
Empire?
a bad question. That is a bad question
Yeah,
because like the thing she's answering is more like how can you fight so well. She's not really answering the question in terms of why do you think they're not going to kill our villagers.
I was like,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, I guess that's the thing. Like her story is more aligned to that question versus the one that they present in the movie. That's fair. Um, what else?
to be honest, that's you asked me how to.
It's very expository. Which again, obviously, when you have a
Yeah,
character with a lot of history and baggage, and she's talking to somebody who has zero context, so this one at least kind of makes sense in a way.
I don't know
Um,
exactly. Yeah,
but
it's
but the fact that like there's even more stories to tell later, it's like because like they have
yeah,
another conversation later, which is another backstory with a different point in time with a bit different context. It's like why didn't you just say it all at once to the person? I don't know. It's like you had all night,
yeah,
right? So it's
yeah.
like
Yeah, and the Zack Snyder thinks this is character building. It's like no, you're just saying his backstory. You didn't banter. You just didn't like understand each other. Just like, hey, what's your backstory? This is it. Done.
yeah, yeah. So they make it to a bar, but they see that one guy gets captured by
It was like, how lucky.
yeah. They basically have these little spider walking uh trappers, something like that. So like the people get locked in place by the and then walked across with like a spider legs, and I guess we'll get more to him a bit later. Um, but apparently this guy was supposed to be the guy that they were supposed to talk to in terms of getting on a ship. I think
Yeah, I'm actually contacting the resistance, which
contacting
you
the
will.
resistance. Yeah,
Don't worry, it will be even worse later. I have so many problems with that. Okay, so
yeah. So
yeah,
they go to Port City,
and
your Tatooine, your Mos
yeah,
Eisley situation here, and yeah, they go into a bar, and then there's they're trying to talk, they're trying to get like some ideas, and then all of a sudden, this one alien guy wants to fuck Sofia Boutella.
no,
So,
not Sophia Bontella. The guy, Dario. They want to fuck about Dario.
oh,
Yeah,
I think I missed that.
move
I
on.
wasn't
He's
paying
not.
attention.
Move on. He's not for sale. He's not for sale. Yeah.
Huh? Yeah. So
Yeah. And then he just
I guess that's different.
was like, yeah. I was like, even then, my first question is, what the fuck will you assume that he's for sale? Can you just sell everyone if you just ask them?
Yeah. So basically, she's telling him to get it, to get out, let it go, and all that stuff, and walk away. He walks out. Then he comes back with some guys. You should have killed me when you had the chance. And
Hmm.
then she's asking, why don't you walk away now? Which not going to happen. And you see, they show you the scope of the room. You got set like 7 or 8 soldiers all around in the circle. She's dead center in the middle, and yeah, fight
It,
continues to happen.
it just pulls a John Wick and just like, okay, fuck it, kill everyone. Which is funny because the writer of this movie also made John Wick, the third and the fourth movie.
Yeah, she doesn't have a bulletproof vest or anything like that, but like she is bulletproof because of the plot. So
Yeah.
yeah, and it's one of those situations where these energy blasts can like pierce through a human body, but it can't pierce through tables.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Jeez. Yeah.
yeah.
The,
Basically like you can see the lasers that can go through the human body, uh, straight up,
yeah.
like straight through. But then like when you hide behind a table and they start shooting at the table, it can't pass that. So all
Yeah.
right.
Also, the same choreography issue. No one just shoots her. Everyone just runs at her instead of just shooting at the distance. And
Or they keep shooting around her, not at her.
yeah, it's like
There's
I
like an
don't know.
invisible bubble.
By the way, if you wanted to compare, Snyder did this in Sucker Punch, but the issue is in Sucker Punch, that is in the girl's imagination. So though the fight scenes in that movie are not real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking praising Sucker Punch at this point. It's just how bad this movie is.
Yeah.
Uh,
Um. So a fight happens. 7-on-1. With her in the middle. Uh, she's winning. She can like
fuck it, sure. She can. I mean, to be
she can
fair,
like shoot anybody and it will hit. They can shoot her and they'll never hit.
yeah, and but yeah, it's like she enjoys the war, but she's another blow for her character, which I do not understand. Why would she even try to leave in the first place if she enjoys it? But fuck it, let's just go with it.
You got that, and it's like if she's so skilled to the point where she can fight 7-on-1, dead center in the middle, and she can't protect Corey Stoll from getting killed from Ed Screen. So it's like, and she's clearly not scared of him either,
Yeah,
especially like later in the movie as well. Like if that was like a thing like where he knows her and like he's terrified and she's terrified of him, it's like okay, maybe that's why she didn't like expose herself, but that's not true, and
yeah.
that makes it
Um,
pointless.
and jeez, and then they met Hans. Fuck it. Let's just go to the end. So the pig. So Sophia Patella didn't kill the pig alien for some reason, and he tried to shoot her at the back. After standing up, I was like, why the fuck don't you just like shoot her when you're on the ground?
Yeah, but
And
then all of a sudden there's this other guy in the bar
just
shoots the pig guy, and
I
then
was like, and then it's like the Han
revealed
Solo
to be
thing.
Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, and to be honest, fuck it, that's like the discount DJ in the Last Jedi is like, yeah, you'll get it. It's like why don't the what if that's the case? Sophia Patel should shoot him already because
Yeah,
from her point of view, he's just shooting at her.
yeah, and then
He just offers her a ride.
yeah, it's your very bad version of Han Solo in the
Yep.
story. Um, yeah, Charlie Hunnam has a horrible Irish accent. It was very distracting. I really, I don't like. There's like a lot of mixed opinions on Charlie Hunnam as an actor and all that stuff, and I can kind of understand why. For some people, I mean, he has some of the weirdest accents for these movies here and there, TV shows and all that. I don't know why he can't just use his normal British accent. He's already like it's already a foreign enough accent. I don't know why he needs to be Irish or just cast an Irish guy like Colin Farrell or something. I don't know, but I mean that's a nitpick, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Fuck.
he gets
Because
a
like,
ship.
okay, so
I don't know
what? Oh
like
my
what was his
god.
deal. Like,
Yeah.
what was he
Oh, by the
motivated
way,
by?
I was like, oh, okay. So my first question: why the fuck don't you just go to that planet? Because that's beforehand. That's what uh, fuck Dario said. Did they said they were sheltered on a planet called Sharon, protected by a king named Laficia. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
why the fuck don't you go to Laficia immediately?
I guess they needed a ship or something.
Yeah. After they got the ship from Charlie Hunnam, why don't you just go to Laficia immediately? Why don't they? Why did they go to places to recruit people?
Because they need the Guardians.
Oh my lord.
Um, yeah. So basically, I mean, the whole second act is just them going around and recruiting guys.
Oh my. Okay, let's just speed run this. Just bullshit.
Because like
Okay.
really, like honestly, like I don't really see what other way to do this. Because like really nothing happens. Like all it is just recruiting some guys. We're told that they're the best of this kind of attribute, and like, oh, that's it.
I was
That's
like,
all we got.
how do you know? How do you know? Fuck it.
And I guess she knows all these people. Why? I
I
don't know.
I
Just
was like,
accept it.
I was like, I thought you okay. Fuck it. Let's just say that she works in the Empire, so they just knows that. I was like, okay, why don't the Empire just recruit them?
Yeah, but then like, yeah, shut up. Yeah, so they go to this planet. There's this one guy. He's kind of like a, I guess he's like a slave in a sense. He's like chained up, and he just got to do like metallurgy, something like that.
Hmm.
And then the only way to like free him is like to tame a black hippogriff, which is literally the Harry Potter scene.
And then just
Um,
like fuck, and then just like what? And then that's how you pay all her steps.
yeah,
My
so basically he's just taming
uh,
this. So yeah, it's also that cringe. Like it's just a shirtless, greased up, oily guy,
hmm,
and just taming a black hippogriff. The whole bow down to it, say nice things to it,
yeah.
to
Oh
the point
fuck
where you
it.
can touch it
I'll
and then you can
yeah.
fly. Then he flies around the landscape. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally like all that Harry Potter stuff.
My
Then
my, my
once he
yeah.
lands, like the guy is like, that pays off your debts, so he's free to go.
My first
With
question is why the
uh,
fuck don't you just ask him sooner? If
yeah,
if
why?
that's it.
Like he could have done this the whole time to free his debt, I guess. So,
It's just
but
like,
it's just the time when Sophia and Dario are around.
also, yeah.
That's when he decides. Yeah, why don't I be free? Um. So yeah.
And then it's like I don't know. It's like because okay, fuck it. I'll give this some leeway because he just like before I come here,
Like he had no
I think
motivation.
it's like yeah, it's like before I go to send you to that go somewhere else for you. I'll go to this planet first to do something. I don't know what is he doing. By the way, he just like I would go to this planet first to do something. He didn't do anything. The Han Solo guy.
Yeah.
Uh, jeez, God. And Sophia Botella is like, yeah, sure, let's just go with this gamble. It's like, what? How do you know? Why are you gonna bet on it? It's just one guy, and you have no idea can he even succeeded. Why are you so confident that this guy would have tamed the Griffins thing?
And he's been a slave for a while, so it's like, has his skills like diminished or not? It
Uh,
hasn't, but you
yeah,
never know.
yeah.
It's already a gamble altogether.
And then it's like,
Um,
what? It's just so stupid. I mean, the
yeah.
flying.
So yeah. What do you
Yeah.
call it?
Uh,
Oh yeah. So Kai is the smuggler criminal. Charlie Hunnam's character, I think.
yeah.
Then they get Tarak, who can tame beasts, I guess.
I was like, why would you need
That's a
him?
skill.
I
He's
was
a
like,
beast tamer.
I was like, why would you need this guy? You don't have beasts in the village or something.
You don't have beasts, and like he doesn't even have beasts in the final battle either. So it's like I don't know. I don't really know the point of this guy.
I don't know. It's just Zack Snyder just want to show off his flying griffin skills, I guess.
A nobleman turned blacksmith with the ability to bond with animals of nature. That's
Yeah,
basically his character.
yep. And then after he leaves, the griffin just kills the owner. I was like, and then he's just like, yeah, good girl. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
What?
and then that leads us to the 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 slave owner basically trying
Killing.
to being the Malfoy in the situation where
I was like,
he's like
uh,
insulting the hippogriff and like all that stuff and like tries to get on to fly, but then the hippogriff gets
kills.
mad, and then it kills the slaver guy. Which yeah,
I was like, why is there no guards helping him for that? It's like, I don't know. I was like,
so yeah, that's so he's gone. He says good riddance basically, and then they go off to find the next guardian. And that's
the
basically the pattern that happens. Like they go to another planet, they find the cyborg assassin lady.
basically just Katana
Um,
from from Suicide Squad
yeah,
with a
she
light.
has these red looking lightsabers. So I guess here in this universe, red lightsabers are the good guys and blue lightsabers are the bad guys. That's very
Very
uh,
good.
very good, I guess. And yeah, basically she's in the middle of this operation where she's saving a child from a spider lady.
Yeah,
Basically, like her human, she has a human torso and head, but the
yeah.
legs is of a spider.
By the way, she's played by Jenna Maloney, who's first off the girl from Hunger Games. You know, uh, Joanne from Hunger Games, and I think she's in Sucker Punch. Yeah, also from Sucker Punch. This is her only scene.
Yeah, and basically, like all she's trying to do is like she's trying to get the child out because like her mother wants it, but then like the spider lady's like, but I want to kill her though, so I guess you have
I
to die.
I okay. Here's the problem. So why she wants a child is because you guys move here and that pollutes my baby, and that's why I'll kidnap a kid. I was like, huh? Why would you think this will work? You just either kill the other people or just like threaten them. It's like, no, you're not even trying to threaten the kid. You're not even trying to kidnap her. Just that I want to kill the kid. I was like, why would you think this will work?
Yeah, and like also the convenient thing with Cora and friends, they go to this planet where where the assassin lady is
In the
currently in the
alley.
middle of a mission,
How the
like
fuck do
her
you
own
find?
mission. Like it wasn't, you know what I mean? It's like she's a bounty hunter in that sense. So she's in the middle of a mission. We're trying to recruit you. All right, we'll talk about it later because I gotta save this kid first. And then yeah, there's a fight scene. Um, basically just fighting a spider,
Yeah.
and Daria shows some bravery skills here by like saving the girl while assassin lady is killing the spider. It's one of those moments too where obviously more slow mo, because of course. And
My question
then
is, why
for
don't you
some
just bring
reason, Spider Lady just
and just
picks her up so that she can drive her lightsaber through her because that was
I
smart
okay, fuck it. I was like, why the fuck do you just bring a gun?
because lightsabers.
And even that was like, why don't you just activate your lightsaber function immediately? What, you gonna risk the kid?
Yeah,
And you know what? The spider can just leave instead of fighting her. Just like I don't know, just like launch yourself back like a spider would. Oh, fucking know.
I guess she doesn't have webs either. Then what's the point of being a spider?
Yeah, it's like she never used the webs in the fight. It's like I don't know.
To the point where I don't know if she has webs or not. Yeah.
Yeah, what a pointless introduction. I mean, the only thing that's kind of worth it is like the kid. Dario try to save the kid. No one tries to. I don't know why. And everyone just like stand by and watch. It's like, yeah, why don't you guys just help to kill the spider? Are you guys expecting this assassin is gonna survive it, even though he stabs her arm? Actually, when the spider stabs her
Well, you
arm,
see, so the way they treat it is like, that was really impressive how you killed that spider lady. I was like, oh, so this was a test for you, just like taming a hippogriff for the other guy was a test for him, which is I don't know. This is like it's just kind of like to the point of like, so you're going to recruit these people, but they need to prove to you that they're worthy in their skills by doing these activities here and there, which is like I guess like that's a way to go about it, but it's like I don't know, but you want them on your team, right? So like, what's the point of testing them in a situation where they could possibly die? That just seems really backwards in terms of like a recruiting process. Like, oh, so we want to recruit this beast tamer. Let's see him
yeah,
tame a beast to free himself from slavery,
yeah, I,
and then oh, we want to get this assassin cyborg lady. Let's see her kill this spider woman, uh, so that we can recruit her. And it's like I don't know. It's like so. It's like I guess like these guys had to prove themselves to be on the team. But then for the other recruits that we get later, they don't do that. Which, to be fair, fine. I mean, because these were pretty stupid. But then
yeah.
yeah, the next up's like
Uh,
Titus,
by the
Jim,
way,
Jim
why do
Houston's
they need
character.
a what if they gotta fight an army with like airships and guns? Why would they get a girl with blades instead of person who can fly a ship or just use guns to shoot the enemies? What is the blade girl gonna do? Just like stab them when they gotta shoot her at range?
Yeah. I don't know, cause like I mean, obviously, like with the swordswoman, like I mean, there's some values to it, but it's not like a Jedi where they have the Force too,
Yeah,
or at least they haven't shown us if they have anything like that, like the Force or anything. Um, so I can't really comment on that. But like as a swordswoman, I guess like at face value, like I guess like it can block energy blasts,
I don't know.
like
They never
lightsaber.
showed it. I don't think they showed that. Did they? I
I
don't know.
think it was in the final battle,
To be honest, I don't even want to play that
but
again.
she can't reflect it. Like it just kind of like absorbs it, and then which like I guess it protects her from getting shot, but that's about it.
Yeah, it's like because it's like it's like in Star Wars the people have like lightsabers doing deflect lasers and they have the force to just like if something just get to they can still like shoot attack you at range with the force instead of just blocking lightsabers. The lightsaber just for defending. But most
Yeah,
of the time it's like I don't know. It's like Zack Snyder just watches Star Wars and he doesn't understand Star Wars.
yeah. Also, this her name is Nemesis, so great use of names. Uh yeah. So then they go to a moon where Titus is apparently is just a prize fighting prisoner, I guess.
He's a former
Uh,
general.
he was a former general.
I mean, fuck it. This is a
It's very vague to the point where
yeah.
it's like it's probably going to be a prequel movie. At my best
Uh,
guess.
by the way, this is already the best person they hired so far because he's a general. He can do
He can
stuff
shoot.
and he can maybe fly a ship. I
Yeah.
think. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, Titus is basically a disgraced Imperium commander who got reduced to a prize fighter because apparently he got his commanding his commanding team killed in a war basically, and he's kind of punishing himself for making this kind of like you know Uh basically like to like kind of punish himself for like getting his people killed, which is like I guess that's interesting to think about in terms of him. I mean, obviously like the whole history is vague and all this stuff. So because like I feel like it's intentional because like I really feel like he's the most likely character to get a prequel movie
Yeah,
for that reason. And I mean just like kind of unrelated note, uh Jim and Hunsu like kind of like mentioned
yeah,
like since the 90s like he has not been getting paid like that, um which is kind of crazy because he's everywhere in terms of like as an actor. um yeah, so like I mean that's kind of unfortunate for him. um
yeah. By the way, before that, they just there's a backstory.
find the
They just
find the exact
there's
quote
a
while you keep talking.
yeah. By the way, before
Yeah,
that, they have the backstory done for Korra. Fuck, another thing. I was like,
yeah,
for
that's
my
true.
loyalty,
Why don't you talk
I
about
was
that?
from. Oh fuck! I just go for line by line. This is another bullshit. For my loyalty and service, I was promoted to elite guard of the royal family. The apartment was engineered by my father. Fuck it. I mean, sure. So he's close. I couldn't have known it was something more. I was given the honor of being bodyguard of Princess Isa. The princess was named after an ancient queen, Isa, the life giver. Fuck, the life giver. Which okay, if that should be obvious that she can can bring things back to life.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, you see the dead bird, and it's not dead anymore in her hands.
yeah, that's like
So
that's insane.
the part I don't understand now is like she was there protecting the princess,
Yeah,
but then what gets the princess killed then? They I don't think they explained that.
yeah, it's
Uh,
like she's personal bodyguard. I mean, they said that her father killed the princess. Like, wait, why don't you stop that?
and then you have the mechanical knight.
Yeah,
Why wasn't he there to protect her?
I don't know. It's like this is the backstory. It's like I don't think that she ever felt guilty that she can't stop Princess Isa or some shit.
Yeah, it's kind of like a brushed off in a sense.
Just say
Um,
that. It's like, I don't know. And then just like, okay, why would she give peace to the people? It's like because she can bring things back to life. I was like, huh? That's just a power. This doesn't explain jack shit about who she is. Maybe she's like nice, kind to people. She's smart. It's like fuck it, like anything. It's like you can't bring kindness like this with just superpowers. Because that's what she said. The king once said to me when she becomes queen, I believe that she'll bring a compassion that I've lost. After all those years of hard war, it will be the dawn of something better. I think your friendship makes her safer. That our friendship makes her safer. I believe in her kindness. I believe in her ability to save us. I was like, okay, so the king is fucked up. So the king killed her family. She basically admits that. And she doesn't even
but
hold any
I still don't
resentment.
understand because like she's tasked to be the bodyguard of
King.
the kid,
Yeah.
but we also know that the mechanical knight knows the kid too. So I don't understand like this whole confusion as to where these characters have not interacted with each other before, but like how can that be the case? Because like one, like why wouldn't you have the mechanical knight be the bodyguard over the human Korra?
Yeah. Yeah, the
That's one.
bulletproof. Yeah.
Two, we're like there's no like acknowledgement of Korra and the mechanical knight. So it's kind of like at that point it's like, so I guess they don't know each other. Because
Yeah.
apparently it's Imperial made.
I don't know. It's like
Um,
they set up for Imperial Knight and then just like Anthony Hopkins and just like he just disappeared in the story. It's like what the
yeah,
fuck do
he
you
doesn't
even
come
thought?
back till the end.
I
I
was
thought
like
he
I
was going
thought
to be
they
on the
could
team, but he
yeah.
wasn't.
was like, why isn't he on the team? It's like because he's so much more useful than anyone here. This
Yeah,
this
I mean
this guy,
he completely no scoped uh discount Michael Shannon.
and he's like
Um,
bulletproof.
like not intentionally like pointing at the gun to shoot him. Like it was just in an angle, shot it from the tip of the fingers.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah,
so I don't know. I don't know why he wouldn't be on the team, and then
yeah, it's like
I don't know
yeah,
why Cora is like being the bodyguard if they knew Princess Isa and like she couldn't be the protect he couldn't be a protector for her, and it's just kind of
yeah,
like that's it's just there's too many gaps in that. Like they saying like his previous master was killed, which I'm guessing is the king, and yeah, he was killed along with the queen and the princess. But
yeah,
then it's like, but then why? Why did we get to that point? That's the problem. And like again, if all this is like going to be explained in a prequel or something like that, I mean, okay. I mean, there's too many holes in the
yeah.
story to begin with that I don't think a prequel can like fix that.
No, it's like also the king is just confusing. It's like okay, this is the only line that explains it. I believe she'll bring a compassion that I've lost after all these years of hard war. I was like, huh? So your war just like kill every innocent people? That's why your compassion lost. Just kill people who just doesn't even bother you. I don't know, man. It's just and it's just like I think your friendship makes her safer. It's like what's it's like you just gonna say this instead of just show that you guys are friends. I
Yeah,
don't know. It's just a lot of tell don't. Zack Snyder just do a lot of tell don't show.
lots of tell no show. Which again, there's nothing necessarily wrong with that. The problem is like,
Yeah,
well, obviously, like when you have a movie, you have the benefit of showing showing the scenes that are being described. And I understand the whole concept, like because I've heard this complaint with other Snyder projects too. It's like, oh, like why are these characters just talking and not like showing these things? I mean, I understand that mindset because like I mean, if you think of like I guess like theater unity, like
yeah, yeah,
obviously you have the benefit on the actors like explaining a detail and not like you because you can't really see what they're talking about. I
yeah.
mean, I
That's
get that too. So
yeah,
like I get the whole concept of like in movies like you have this concept of like sometimes the actors just like talk about these past actions and it's that tell not show kind of format because sometimes that does happen like when we talk to each other we talk about things that happened in the past and like it kind of goes in that motion but like
yeah,
the problem with the film medium here is like you're not really taking advantage of the medium that you're in is one thing and then two I mean even if this was even if like you don't have a problem with like tell over show the problem is like the telling is just like it's just not it doesn't add up like when you just think of the story
yeah. It's like I mean, if
because now
Cora just
I
like
have a lot of
yeah,
questions about the
yeah,
mechanical knight and where was he in this backstory because
and
like
also and also Cora is like if she just like feels like Princess Asa as a friend, and she died. It's like there's no dialogues or any action. Just like shows that she's guilty that she died, and she can't protect her or something.
there's nothing
But
like
like
that there's nothing about like how did this happen like how did she get killed um
it's like some blade killed
because
her.
like if she was under your watch and she got killed
That is your fault.
that's your fault
Yeah, it's like
and
she has no remorse for that.
there's no acknowledgement of that. And then another thing that I also told you that I hated as well is like the first thing Dario tells Cora is that it's like I went to save the girl because I didn't hesitate like you didn't hesitate with Sam, which and then Cora just like talks about it like that's true because no it really wasn't you hesitated to save Sam you were thinking about leaving her to get raped so I don't want to hear that.
Yeah. Jeez.
um But yeah,
It's like
Cora took all the credit.
fuck it because there's actually a, like a skeleton of a story he was just like but they just didn't add up. It's like she's a confusing character.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Yeah,
So yeah, that quote I was talking about with Jim Hunsu, he was just saying like he's finding it challenging to with the business side of his filmmaking career because like he doesn't get paid like fairly over his career. And if you like consider like he's been like a very prominent actor for so many decades now, and he's
yeah,
still finding it difficult to get paid like fairly. Um, it is unfortunate, and I hope it can get better for him. Um, yeah.
yeah. And then
So
they,
he gets recruited. And then last but not least,
yeah. By the way, the way he got recruited is just like, hey, what, do you
he could
want?
just leave. He can just leave.
And yet, Cole just said, "Oh, do you want revenge?" And you're just like, "Yes." Oh, that's it.
It's like, don't call me general. I don't want to be. I just let me come here to die. It's like, don't you want revenge though? I guess I do. Uh,
What? Oh my
I
lord.
was look, man. I know a Snyder cut is coming out. It's like, oh, like maybe they could prolong these scenes so like it makes more sense in the pacing. Just fuck off.
No,
Fuck
I mean
off.
to be honest,
No, it's not gonna fix that.
yeah. Or how many? Do you know how? I think most likely they just gotta show like a lot more like walking upstairs and shit.
I definitely think there'll be some of the sex scenes that because Snyder said he wants Star Wars but sex. Um,
Yeah,
so I expect them here and there.
yeah. To be honest, I won't bother. I don't know. I just probably just skip to the sex scenes if I ever watch it. Can't.
Yeah, it's just not. Yeah, but basically nothing really happens. He just kind of accepts it here and there.
Yeah.
Um, oh, and
By
like
the
this whole stuff with this whole dialogue with like Charlie Hunnam's character, it's just kind of it's always stupid because like all they keep talking about is like, oh, it's like maybe I'm becoming more like friends now, or like I hope I'm not the bad guy. He's talking like that basically, and
yeah,
then you see, oh my god, it was a twist. Not really, because
yeah,
yeah, because he was being shady all movie. Uh,
and yeah,
he's always
just
talking about like maybe this will make me a good person.
by the way, that's he's the also one of the
Snyder Cut is nothing but hours of padding and long establishing shots.
yeah,
Yeah, pretty
pretty
much.
yeah. Also by the way, Charlie Hunter is also the one of the three characters on the ship who actually talks. There's
Yeah,
that.
because Nemesis, the Asian assassin, barely talks.
Yeah, it's like
Um,
it's like he's just a badass
Tarnak,
assassin. Yeah, yeah,
Tarak, the beast tamer, barely talks.
yeah.
It's really just
Those three.
Dario,
Yeah,
Charlie, and Sophia. That's about it.
yeah, Jesus. And
And like, I mean, like Jimin talks here and there, but like his is kind of like understandable, like why he doesn't talk as much
yeah,
because like he's like extremely guilty about his past.
yeah, but
So it's a little bit fair as to why he's more reserved in that sense.
yeah. And,
Um, but yeah,
by the if I write the scene that's like six people, it's like fuck it, I just cut the characters out. If I couldn't, because I'm actually writing because I write theaters. It's like you have to get all six people at the room at once to just talk about each other. So they need to bond. They need to care about each other. Like why do they care about each other instead of just stay on the ship, just do nothing.
but this is the other problem though, because like Cora's recruiting them, but like Cora, but we don't know why she's recruiting them. Like, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, yes, I understand. Like, there's a concept of like, the whole Guardians thing. I need to recruit people that I know and trust that can help me in this war to fight against the Empire.
But like
Okay,
yeah,
but what else? Like, what about what else about them? Like, what do you know about Nemesis? What do you know about? You know a little bit more about Titus. I get that with Jim and Houston's character. Fine. You recruited Charlie Hunnam because I guess he has a
he has a
ship.
ship.
That's
which
about it.
was like, oh
But then
yeah,
like
no
when it
one.
comes to these other characters, like you don't really have like why did you want a beast tamer on your team? Why did you want the uh
The sword woman on
the
team.
the cyborg assassin lady? Why did you want the general? I mean, again, like I understand, like, but we don't know anything past like these basic. I just want them on my team. Well,
It's
why
like
do you want them on your team?
you're
Why
just
not some other Joe Schmo?
I
Like,
don't know.
there's just no connection between her and the other characters
It's
to the
insane
point where
because
like I can really connect with like
it's like, I don't.
it's just basically we're getting a bunch of toys and putting them into the action scene later.
Yeah, I was like, why don't you guys just talk to each other? It's like like some banter. It's like, okay, so I was like, fuck it, let's just have frequent dialogues. Just like, oh, remember that time we helped each other? It's like, fuck it, at least that's something. I was like, and then just like talk. Why do they care about each other? How long are you guys friends for? Why do you guys leave each other? It's like anything. There's so much things you could talk about. It's like, and they did nothing.
And honestly, like I do feel like in all honesty, I feel like Dario is like kind of like one of the better characters here because like he's at least trying to talk to other characters and kind of get their perspectives
Yeah,
and like he's trying to connect with the other characters and try to get like oh like what are you like what do you like to do. He does do that here and there, uh mostly with Charlie Hunnam, but like he does try to do it with some of the other characters as well here and
I
there.
don't know. I
So
mean, to be
I can
honest,
give him credit on that sense.
yeah, it's
um
like Dario is the only one who have a semblance of an arc.
Yeah, and then
It's
like, but I think the problem is like when Sophia is the title character, well, like not the title character, but like the protagonist of the story, and like she's so much of a cardboard cutout that I have no idea what she's like or what she wants with these other characters. I don't know
yeah.
what to I don't know what to tell you.
I was like, I don't know. It's like Snyder just like, okay, here's the backstory. That's character. It's like, no, that's not. You have to talk to each other because fuck it. I believe that the characters in the Force Awakens are like each other at least.
Yeah, yeah,
That is insane.
and you can see the chemistry of like John Boyega, Daisy Ridley, Oscar
And
Isaac. You can see their chemistry on screen.
it's like
Even
even
if the
how
story's not good, you can still see that they can connect with each other, and that's kind of like something. But like
I mean,
here, you don't really get that with this. I mean, I guess like Dario, I mean, I guess like Michael and Sophia do try here and there. I mean, but like when you have the character literally say that I can't fall in love, then like I don't know, you're kind of like shooting yourself in the foot there.
I mean, you could just
Um,
have her like open up like more and more. It's like just like she did something and you just like she just cares about her. They did something and he just like cares about them. It's like fuck it, just slowly open her up. But nah. But like they didn't do nothing. Just like she just stays the same at the end.
yeah, and I understand this is a part one and not two parts together, but at the same time, that doesn't really fix the problem.
It's like imagine a New Hope. It's like, oh, you see, why do we don't know anything about everyone in New Hope? Is we have Empire Strikes Back to explain. It's like fuck off.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
So
the?
then,
No, the next thing is that the torture scene. Jesus, the torture scene.
yeah, the torture scene.
Yeah, they go for a transcript to remember which scene goes to which. So okay, I just gotta speed run this. It's fucking it's like so bloody easy. So this is the guy that Dario said they sell money for resistance.
Yeah.
So that is like okay. So let me go. Okay, let's the most cliche shit ever. I will let you go. I will set you free if you tell me everything. So fuck it. So he's gonna kill her if anyone watches movies. I
Yeah,
haven't like
it's like if you tell me what if I want you to say, will you let me go? It's like, yeah, I'll free you.
it's like
So yeah, it's like if you've never seen a movie before, it's like, oh my god, he killed him. What a surprise.
yeah. Okay, so I
Yeah.
haven't seen Death Row Blood Decks for a full season. But the time they were on Sharon under protection of a king called Laficia, that was some time ago, but they were definitely there. Talk to him to Laficia. That's it. I was like, that's the information you got? So he haven't seen her in like a full season.
Yeah, it's not even useful information.
Yeah, and afterwards they were like, "Oh, fuck it, gotta kill you," of course, because fuck it. And then he's like,
Yeah, and this choice of method is like taking a gun that like basically stabs a hole through the vertebrae.
"Okay,"
Uh, which okay, I guess why can't you use a regular gun?
and then
Okay,
and,
but
and then
yeah,
they
that's
said,
that's their method of killing people, I guess.
and then they said,
Uh,
"Take his brain to see more information." It's like, huh? Why don't you just do that? Don't need to just ask him. Just like plug his brain into the. Okay, you'll see at the ending what does that mean. Just plug his brain, fuck it, just torture more information, just scan the information. That's all you need to do. You don't have to waste time with the torture.
yeah, basically that, and then Cora goes and meets Zack Snyder's ball sniffer, Ray Fisher, and
Yes. And to be honest, it's insane because they like, oh, I was expecting you. It's like, fuck off. How?
that, and then it's like also like because like they also ask is like why do you want to be a part of this? It's like because I do or something. So yeah, there's no characterization there.
I
He
was
just
like,
wants to be on the team because he wants to be on the team. That's basically it.
I was like, yeah, I don't know. Okay, I'm just gonna. How? What the fuck this is? Okay, I'm just go through a transfer again. Jesus Christ. Farmer, what were you cutting us? Okay, okay, I just go to. So, uh, you're free. Yeah, fuck it. Thank you, Lafishi Honor King. We await their arrival. Farmer, why would you contact us from an unknown and factless vessel? Or assume we have a level of trust after our last meeting? Okay, let's begin with this. Why would you contact us after this unknown and flagless vessel? I assume we have a level of trust after our last meeting. My question: if you can just contact them, why the fuck would we need a middleman?
Hmm.
I was like, wait, do you have a ship to transport materials? I was like, okay, do you have space phones? I don't know. I'll just best use an assumption.
I
So
guess they have soldiers, which
ah, okay,
is basically like given that they can't defend against noble ship, they basically use Gunner's previous dealings with the Blood Axe to meet their leaders, which are the siblings Darian and Devra. And basically they're trying to request to use their starfighters. And so my first question is, why didn't you go to them first?
yeah,
Because like I don't know what do you need the beast tamer for? Like in all honesty, like at least the assassin lady is like something. The general is like obviously very valuable, but like the beast tamer does nothing in that context. So I
yeah.
don't know. That was just stupid. And then here the last people they meet are the people that are probably the most important: foot soldiers and starfighters.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
but they copied that design from like the hundreds from the CW show, by the way.
yeah, yeah,
Um,
I've
yeah,
heard about that.
Lexi's like you should just
And
see that.
obviously, there's some Seven Samurai influences, which is an
Yeah,
insult to Seven Samurai.
yeah, it's like the hundred. You should like, to be honest, I haven't finished the hundred. It's like but the design is basically the girl from Lexi from the hundred.
Yeah, and then basically that Darian and half of the clan agrees to help. Why?
How?
Because
Fuck
he
it.
just has a feeling, basically. Um,
Okay.
and then Devra thinks it's hopeless and a waste of
Yeah,
the resources, so she takes the other half
but
to
but
safety.
yeah. By the way, that's what you say. King Lafertius' kindness has been more than enough to sustain us. So I just suggest you to leave immediate. It's like okay. Why do you need to? Why do you even take that grant if you're gonna have King Lafertius?
Because
The plot.
yeah, um, Yeah. Deborah takes her half of the soldiers and leaves. Darian takes his half of the soldiers and leaves to stay
What?
with them. Then
Okay.
all of a sudden, you got the
Focus.
you know so you see Charlie Hunnam is talking to like an alien. He's looking kind of sus, um, and lo and behold, he he takes a shot, and they all get captured. And oh my God, Charlie Hunnam was the bad guy all along. Who could
Yeah.
have
What?
thought?
Yeah. By the way,
After all
he.
this talk about, oh, maybe I'll be a good guy one day.
Oh,
Uh, after all this
yep.
is over,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like it's fucking awful.
By the way, he ordered. He's the one sell that King Laficia has the rebels. Okay, so they just destroy King Laficia's everyone. I was like, okay.
Oh yeah, that's a very good point, Phoenix. Yeah, this movie is like completely just a bunch of and then. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like,
that's very true.
okay. And then they just like, hey, they just got destroy King Laficia's plan. It's like, what the fuck? It's like, what? I don't know, man. It's like King Laficia just like backs. Okay, this is what they said. It's like this is just contradictive writing again. Hold on a second. So they have the dreadnoughts blow up the fucking planet. I was like, wait, what? Does the king have any defenses against the planets? This doesn't seem
Guess
like
not.
it. Yeah. Uh, it's like,
Oh, I think we missed a one scene before this, the quote unquote betrayal scene. Basically, we see Ed Screen is like conquering another planet, and then he's basically having this conversation with this alien, like saying like, uh, "I understand." What was that? It was a generic bad guy line. I understand, like having. It was. I think it was like empathy or something.
I don't know, man. This is like, but guilty, the underbelly of honor. I think I might have that one.
That's one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, just okay. By the way, that's the plan. They gotta destroy dreadnought. I was like, okay, if you got destroy dreadnought, they gotta have way more dreadnoughts. It's a fucking universe-sized empire. What are you gonna? What do you think? I was like,
Yeah.
"Mm,
It's not Star Wars.
yeah, Star Wars have like a lot of like star killers, the star destroyers.
Yeah, until you have like a Lando Calrissian who can just recruit like a billion starships.
Uh, uh,
Yeah.
okay, what the fuck?
Yeah. Basically Charlie Hunnam is having his bad guy speech now. It's like,
No, actually, there's
yeah,
a
he
one.
he, he
There's
basically sold the information.
by the way, as Grant said this beforehand. It's like, our king showed charity to an off-worlder like
Yeah,
yourself.
that's the one I was talking about.
Yeah.
Charity. I don't understand what that means or something.
So we was slaughtered. So we named the ship remind us of power in that floodgates that we lost to charity. It was like, okay. Wait, what? I don't understand what the fuck is this guy. He's just like to show power because his
Yeah, he's just
king.
generic. He's generic bad villain. Like he's literally the epitome of generic bad villain.
Yeah. Also the fact that it's just I just don't understand what his side is. It's just like, wait, do you like the king or not? I was like, he just actually cares about the king, but you still work for the bad guy who killed the king. I So we named that ship to remind us of the power that benevolent gates that we lost to charity, and to remind
And
us
then
that
yeah,
if God,
yeah.
to if the gods will that glaze will fall upon us and be held for even the briefest of the moments, it could change your life forever. Today it falls upon you. It's like, yeah, this guy's just confusing. If he hates the fact that the person kills the king, That's why you gotta do this. Why the fuck are you working for the guy who kills the king? Fucking hell! This is why he just Kylo Ren.
I mean, like literally you can already tell. Like the first thing when they said, "What do you want?" I want everything. Yeah, he's generic bad guy number one.
Yeah, you just even as generic as he is, he's also contradictive. Why? I don't know. Just the fucking. And then he just bombs a planet. I was like, wait, why? Wait, do it after you leave the ship. The Dreadnought could have bombed your ship as well. Yeah, they just fire bombs from orbit, kills it. I don't know, man. Esquadron's an idiot.
Yeah, yeah.
What? Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. Fuck it. So betrays them. Esquadron betrays them. This is the riveting dialogue he said. I just want to kill myself. Okay, because that's a fucking because hey, I know this guy. They have money. I want to betray you because I need money.
Yeah, so basically, like he's saying, he wanted to offload his last of his illicit goods to start a new life. So
Yeah.
Kai takes him to a trading post, basically. But then there's the old bamboozle, where
Yeah.
Noble's ship arrives, revealing that he always intended to betray them for bounties on their head.
Okay.
Which we also learned that Korra's real name is Arthelius.
Actually, they say that beforehand. It's like that's
Yeah,
not a review. It's like my
which they do say that earlier, so it's kind of
yeah.
odd.
Okay, so
Um,
this is what happened. It's like okay, here's where enslaved. It was like Nemesis enslaved General Titus. Fuck it, they all have bounty. It was like, wait, how did Korra found them? Know where they are. If she knows where they are, the Empire of the Universe knows them already? You know, they have money on their heads. If they have bounties,
yeah. Um,
and they were just to access more vengeance, blah blah. Then there's you, Korra, or should I say Arthemalius? How does he know her name? How does he know her real name? I don't know. It's like because that even Ed Scruggs doesn't know that's Korra, but when she got to the planet or some shit. Oh, that's Afromalius. Like, I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. It's like, and then this is her backstory. Do you know what the Mother World did to my planet? They didn't just destroy. They tortured every man, woman, and children. Life cling to left and cling to life as they turned them to ash from low orbit. You know what that taught me? Never set foot on the wrong side of history. I was like, huh? What would that be the wait, what? So that's all you taught you is like, oh fuck it, I just got John be the bad guy because because they torture my own people. I was like, I think there's gaps of knowledge that is missing.
But like you see, the Snyder Cut is coming out.
Fuck. No, I'm not gonna watch it if you put a gun on my head.
We'll probably do it if we get some reception from comments.
Yeah, we
But
just
let us know. But
we
yeah,
try
I
to.
mean, so Charlie's trying to get Dario to. Well, first, like he's saying that she lied to you, basically.
Yeah,
Uh, which I mean, I guess what do you think? Do you think she lied to him? She
No,
said a lot of stuff to him.
I was like, no, I. It's hard to say because like what she said is basically just facts. I don't know,
I
man. I
mean, even
just
the Arthelius name, like she even said that too. So it's like
okay,
I just don't know what exactly is the lie.
yeah.
Um, then as for like the whole princess thing, it's like I mean that in and of itself doesn't make any sense here and there. So I don't know. So you got problems like that. Then he's like saying like now the way you can be free and like walk away is like you have to first kill her. Um,
Yeah, like
so he gives her that little he gives him that little like
time.
pokey gun thing, which is only
No,
useful for that
yeah.
reason.
There's so much dialogue beforehand. It's like that's insane. Didn't that General Titus is actually Prince Titus?
Titus
I,
is the Digimon's character,
yeah, it's like, I don't know that Tyrek. It's like
the
what I was like.
general.
Yeah, I was like actually the blacksmith is Prince Tarek. Huh? I don't understand. Did I miss something? Why is he a prince? A nobleman turned. I don't know, man. It's like what? No one knows that he's a prince. His brother of a swan shoes, a farmer, and bears a prince. By the way, the Korra is like said to be the most wanted fugitive in the known universe.
Oh yeah, by the way, I just realized something.
Yeah.
The Asian lady's name is Nemesis, but the droid's name is Jimmy.
Fuck.
Yeah, that was
Zack
stupid.
Snyder, man. Oh yeah. So, Korra, I'm the most wanted fugitive in the known universe. How the fuck did no one knows that? If she's the most famous person in the universe already, well, actually,
I guess
up
she
there.
changed her name, but I guess that's enough.
It's like what? Wait, what? They should have her face printed out the entire time.
Yeah, that. But like, I think the other problem was like, well, obviously, like she has like that father figure back on Velt or something like that, and
Yeah. I mean, if actually, but when she walks into a bar, everyone just like, oh my god, that's the most popular person in the fucking universe to for me to gain money from. I was like, if you're the most wanted fugitive in the universe, like, what the fuck would you trust the ship guy? You would expect him to betray you like right from the get go. And
that's kind of the
no one,
problem. That's kind of the problem when you have like, I mean, there's like some space adventures that's kind of odd when you do that. It's like when you the most wanted person in the galaxy. It's like it's a pretty big galaxy, my guy,
not just galaxy, universe.
in the
Fuck,
universe.
Jesus, yeah, that's even.
Uh,
It's like
yeah.
yeah, I was like, yeah, everyone just like, oh my god, whenever she just stepped foot on the like front of the like the fucking king planet, I don't fucking remember the name, the octopus king. It's like, oh my god, you're the person who's gonna bring us chaos, and also the rebels. Like, oh my god, you leave right now. I'm not gonna help you because you're gonna because the kings want you dead immediately.
Yeah, and I guess like her thing is like she's trying to, because like that's not actually me. It's kind of propaganda or something like that. Which I mean, I guess it could be propaganda. The only problem is like I don't really know so much. I don't really know anything about Korra to really make a conclusion like that.
Nah, yeah. I
Um,
mean, I'm just based on other people's reaction. It's like if they're gonna escape the empire, it's like I don't know. It's like why would you just like allow the most wanted fugitive in the universe be on your side? Just everyone just gonna recognize her.
yeah,
Uh,
so they do
I
the thing. He asks Dari to kill her. He puts the gun on the back of that robot thingy.
was
But
like,
instead
what?
of doing that, he takes the gun
Yeah.
out, uh, puts it
And
under Charlie's head, and kills him.
and
Which
then that
my first question is, there was so much time for him to do that, so much time to pull the gun out, turn around, put the gun under Charlie's neck, and kill him. Like nobody could stop that. Nobody, not even Charlie himself, could stop that. That's bullshit.
yeah, and it's like okay, what would they have? What would Ed Skrein just have Charlie do that instead of his own soldiers? Like fuck it. Why
And
would you?
nobody
Yeah.
has like a gun on Dario this entire time.
And
That's my first thing. My second thing is like apparently this gun thingy that can kill somebody by stabbing a needle through the back of the neck, which is a pointless kind of gun to make. But anyways, apparently if you turn it the other way, it will unlock the prison feature of the droid.
yeah,
So it's like if you turn it one way, it will kill. If you turn it the other way, it will free the prisoner,
who designed
which is just
this?
so weird. It's a
I was
weird
like,
design overall. And plus,
and then
he figured.
yeah.
And how did he know that was going to work? Well, it worked for Sophia. Um, but
Uh,
so I guess
yeah,
it just works that way. I mean, what a bad design for droids.
yeah, and
Not to
also
mention the whole concept of like, why can't you just shoot her in the head with a regular gun?
yeah,
Yeah,
and also like, why would Ed Skrein want her dead immediately if she's the most wanted fugitive of the universe? You would like let's like bring her to like dump your leader. It's like yeah, I got the most wanted fugitive of the universe. I can
yeah.
confirm
It's like,
this.
why did you want to kill her?
Yeah, I was like, if she's the most wanted, you won't most likely they won't want to kill her immediately. It's like, which if you go by end of the movie, that's exactly what happened. They don't want to kill her immediately.
Yeah, that's also true. And then,
It's,
not to
it,
mention her father figure, Fruffy. Um, but he wasn't happy about her not being dead, which is why I really don't understand this logic.
yeah, they just want to hang her like Jesus. No, seriously,
Yeah, yeah. Basically, a fight happens. People die here and there, including yeah. So basically, like Noble's ship is basically like shooting the starfighters, so that they'll be grounded and all this stuff. Yeah. So basically, a
um,
war happens here and there.
it's yeah.
Zach's Zach's ball sniffer Ray Fisher gets killed as well.
I was like, what? So it's like, why? I don't know. It's like, why would you fly the dreadnought so close to orbit? Not just close to orbit, right near a building.
Yeah,
And what? There's just a path there for him to just run and just hit an engine, and just hitting one engine, the entire ship crashes down. Huh? What if just send
yeah,
was what if you just send was ships and just bomb them in orbit? That's all we need to do.
yeah. Basically, more fighting happens.
Yeah, it's like they're fighting a ship. By the way, just the usual. No one can shoot the characters. Everyone just died
Yeah.
immediately, and also
I mean,
Ed Skrein
you
survived.
see people get
Yeah,
killed, but it's basically the non-important ones like uh Darian's soldiers.
yeah. By
Um,
the way, yeah,
Darian himself sacrifices himself, quote unquote, uh,
yeah.
by like basically killing the pilot
I was like,
of the
yeah, and
dreadnought.
and the glass cannot survive being hit by a stake.
Yeah,
And what the fuck that
a
mean?
regular ass stick too.
At least use a light.
Uh,
At least use a lightsaber. If you have a lightsaber, why don't you just use a lightsaber to stab through the stake? That's okay. I mean, there's a lot of issues, but it's like you can just solve it.
yeah,
What then? Oh fuck.
but yeah, that
Oh,
happens, and then
and then afterwards,
uh,
Ed Skrein survived a explosion that destroyed a build. That's like a buildings. That's like a boat jar. The boat deck sides.
yeah, we learned he has cybernetic enhancements, so he's not like a normal guy. Or like we
Uh,
kind of see this earlier in the movie too. Like he plugs himself with like holes, like he has holes in his body, and like they plug into machines and stuff like that.
and Korra can just beat him hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah,
We'll
and
get to that.
Cora like gets to. I mean, we're pretty much there because like nothing else is really substantial.
Yeah, it's just like Korra
Uh,
just like runs there
Cora
and
and Scrine
basically,
fight.
yeah, but yeah, Korra just basically just before that, Korra runs there. No one can shoot her. She runs down, and then like the Force Awakens, the ground splits apart, and Ed's run fall off the other side of the bridge to a I don't know what the fuck is that thing? Like something you see on the sea for to lead the boats, but massive size in on the air, huh?
Yeah,
He falls there,
they
and
both
then
fall there.
Actually, Cora didn't. It's like Sophia didn't really just on the other side, and
Oh,
she
she like
jumps. She jumps to the other side,
yeah, yeah.
and suddenly her gun disappeared.
That's what I was like. Yeah, she had this gun on her. She was like running with the gun, and again, like I've made my comment before about sometimes like Sophia looked goofy, uh, doing some of the action scenes. Um, yeah, she was carrying a big ass gun, running with it, and all of a sudden, the gun's gone, not in her hands anymore. Uh,
Yeah,
and now it's like you got a fist fight with Ed Skrein. Does not use a gun in this movie at all. He doesn't even use a lightsaber. He uses
stick. From Book
a
of Boba
wooden
Fett.
stick, a wooden
Yeah,
stick.
basically the one in Book of Boba Fett, something like that one.
Yeah, so basically it's a fist to bow staff kind of thing. And
Which
yeah, that's they just fight and fight and fight.
does Korra have? Does Korra cybernetic enhancements? Like this guy survived building site explosions like stuff.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
don't
know, man.
explain anything about that. Yeah, she's just like decking him basically. He's decking her back. Uh then it gets
Yeah,
to a point where
yeah,
like she falls off, but
and
then
uh,
she
and
grabs onto a chain that was hanging off the side.
and
Then she uses that chain to wrap around his legs to pull him down. Then she completely mollywops him.
was
Uh,
like. By the way, the fight is so terrible. It's like one time, just like the Ed Scrun just turn his back after a cut. It's just like, huh? It's like, yeah. If you look at the fight scene again, the editing is like so choppy. It's so like fast rate editing to
yeah,
hide the stun woman.
and honestly, it's weird because like Snyder has done better jobs with fight scenes before.
Like the Batman warehouse fights. I mean, fuck that movie, but it's like okay, that's one thing that he's at least he can make a fight looks good.
Yeah, but
Uh,
yeah, basically that she mollywops him. Then she basically breaks his stick, makes has like that sharp ended part to like stab him in the leg. Uh,
I mean, you can just stab him in the face or the chest, so
yeah, he gets stabbed, and then he falls to the ground. Then she kicks him off, and
Oh man,
seemingly dead.
yeah,
Uh, and the team is all happy that we finally defeated Admiral Noble. Now we got to just prepare for the rest of the Empire to fight back against
yeah.
Velt.
The Jane, yeah, it's like General Titus, like just say those words, like, but before that, they pulled a fucking building size. I don't know what the fuck that is. To close to the land, it's like, okay, how the fuck are you guys gonna pull this?
With a regular chain.
Yeah. Also, they don't have the strength to pull basically a building like a building size construct.
Yeah, I mean, the Beast Tamer does that, and it's like maybe you could have used a beast to pull it, but like, where are you gonna find one? Which is why he's like so useless on this team. Um, but I guess luckily he was strong enough to pull them across. I guess.
Yeah, and then oh my god,
But yeah,
the name
they
the journey is like Titus is like how to pronounce his name, just like Digimon households, just like This was a blow to the mother world. What we did this day, criminals, nobody stand against a machine of war. This small act of defiance gave voice to the voiceless. This is more than just a fallen prick officer and some others man. It's the beginning of something. I was like, fuck you! They just destroyed a ship and a general. This is a universe-sized empire. I was like, do you think this is gonna take a hit on them?
Yeah, and you're still like the Guardians of the Galaxy. Not really. Not really an army.
Yeah, but if you want to compare in A New Hope or fucking Force Awakens, they destroy the planet. They destroy basically a Death Star and the Star Killer base. You know, a fucking planet-sized thing to symbolize power, and the other can just destroy the planets.
Yeah.
So it's like, are you gonna kidding me? Are you gonna compare a ship, a mass-produced ship to like planet-sized like star destroying bases?
Hmm. Yeah.
Oh my lord! I
This
just
is
think,
that's basically it. Aside
yeah,
of the fact
yeah,
that Noble is actually not dead. Who would have thought?
yeah. Also, they
Um.
also final shot of Anthony Hopkins beforehand. By the way, the villain should be dead because they only destroy a ship, and the general can just send ships to just blow up the village and just set
Yeah,
up traps.
but you
Yeah,
think but the thing is like this is kind of like the Darth Vader moment where uh surprise he's not dead and like let's take him back to the medical bay and fix him up. Uh
yeah. That's so. This is,
which yeah, they pump a bunch of juice into him,
and he's
which makes a second conversation with Froffy's character, and basically he's saying that Froffy's basically saying like, do you think it was like I wanted to hear the news that my daughter is alive?
I was like,
Uh,
yes. Like, wait, what? So are you gonna tell me that you're so? What is this news? I don't know what the fuck is this phrasing.
yeah, it's like, why do you hate your daughter?
Okay.
And why didn't
Yeah.
your daughter talk about that?
Yeah. That my daughter are Faithlius, one of the most dangerous and decorated warriors in the history of armed conflict, is now part of a blossoming insurgents. Wow.
This is like
He's
worse
just
than
that
Katniss
good.
Everdeen,
Yeah.
right? This is worse than Katniss.
Yeah, it's worse than, oh fuck. Yeah, it's basically that's like he's just so good, It's like she's way stronger than Gamora. It's like yeah, Candace Everdeen's like at least it's like she's just an archer. She doesn't really want the conflict. She's just good at shooting arrows. She's not like I'm the best person for just anything for fighting or just anything ever.
Yeah, we basically don't know anything about like why this guy's evil. Like again, Sophia never explains about like how her father figure is now the regent, which is kind of odd because like if he is the regent, then everybody should know that because he she says that he is her father figure,
Yeah,
like
and she know.
to him as well. So it's like, oh, you mean the emperor of the empire?
It's
So
like
it's like how did like Dario not connect that dot? Like, do they not know who the emperor is?
yeah, or fuck, or it's like imagine
But I
Star
don't know if
Wars
it's like a
and
Tatooine situation, like where they're so far out from like the general public that they don't know these news, like who is Darth Vader, who is the emperor, that kind of thing.
well, no, because
But I don't really know that because like it doesn't really there's no proof that tells me that that would be true.
I mean, to be fair, Dario said, "Oh, we have the resistance, and we send supplies to resistance and stuff." So it's like they must have some knowledge on that. But afterwards, it's like, how do you know they're bad? I was like, fuck, do you know or not?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I was like, it's okay. So what Korra basically is, or just Sophia Botala's character is basically is Darth Vader. Like from the description, she's the toughest warriors in the galaxy. And she's basically the most known fugitive of the universe. She's
But she's
basically Darth.
actually but she's actually
uh,
the good guy.
Yeah,
at the same time.
yeah. It's basically just like it's like a show about Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he doesn't know that Darth Vader is actually alive, and that's Anakin Skywalker. Oh wait, that actually happened.
Yeah.
Uh,
And the way it ends is basically just he's saying, "Why bring her to me so that I can kill her myself." So again, we still don't know where this conflict happened, why they hate each other now, or anything like that, which is kind of weird. And I understand there's going to be a part two, and there's going to be a Snyder cut and all this stuff, but like in the context of this isn't a surprise because the thing is like Sophia has said enough dialogue to let us know that this guy is her father. Technically, she has given
so
enough. She said enough in this normal ass movie
yeah,
and
and
not a
what?
Snyder cut that this is her father. So it's like
Uh,
I don't understand why in a conversation you would not mention why you two are not together anymore, why you are not like why he's the emperor and you're like here on a random ass planet. Like
yeah,
it doesn't really make any sense like why they wouldn't have this conversation with Dario and Cora. So it's like it just doesn't really make any sense like why there's so much context like given out in the thing. And obviously like I don't know if like the idea is like this scene with Fruffy is supposed to be the whole like uh the surprise like I am your father, but like in a different way because it
yeah.
isn't it isn't really like that either because like we kind of already know that by this point. So now the only part we don't know is like why do they hate each other and why does he want to kill her?
And how does she
Um,
escape? How does she escape and stuff?
and how does she escape? How did like this whole Princess Isa thing happen?
I was like,
Issa,
how did she turn from like innocence to like love this empire and just like and then just decide to rebel them. I mean, they try, but it's like, oh, I'm a friend of the princess, and they kill the princess. Like, okay, but you still like this life. You still fight for them.
yeah.
It's like there's a lot of gaps.
There's too many holes, and I don't. And the thing is, like, obviously, like I know like a lot of people talk about like oh like these Snyder cuts are like with Batman v Superman has its own Snyder cut, then Justice League, of course, and then some people feel like these Snyder cut versions of the movies are better. I mean, I've always said like I have a video on my channel like Batman v Superman why it sucks, even the rated R version. Uh, because yeah, like even if it has more content and that kind of explains more things, it's still a bad plot in general. Like to the point where even if you add more minutes into this movie, it's still a bad plot. It doesn't really matter
Yeah, it's
if
like,
it
and
kind of explains something just because I have 30 minutes extra of something. No, I'm not saying a director's cut can't be the end all be all. Like maybe that. I mean, obviously you have some good examples of director's cuts being better, like the Lord of the Rings extended editions.
but
Which
but
yeah, it
the
makes it.
original
They
trilogy is
made a
also
big
good.
difference to the plot, and it helped. But like even the original cuts of those movies are still pretty good.
I
For
mean
Lord of the
the best
Rings.
example is like Alien Free. So with the what the fuck assembly cuts. Before that, I still just fuck it over. I was like, I watched it, and then I didn't see the original version, but I watched the assembly cut. It's actually pretty alright. I actually quite enjoyed it. But it's like, but I can tell that the difference is like, they just didn't give them backstory and characters. Like they just cut a lot of things out.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like there's no real holes if I even if I watch Alien Free. That's my feeling.
yeah.
Uh,
Um,
by the way,
that's
that's
basically the
the end.
movie.
Yeah, but the ending is like I have no heart. I don't know. Did he make it bad? I don't know. I have no heartbeat of brain function. Hit him again. Hit him with everything, and they just bring him back to life. So yeah, they have technology to bring people back to life.
Ah, so
Yeah, yeah, they have. Yep, I can bring people back to life. I don't know why the fuck is the technology in this universe so shit.
yeah, and again, the only thing I can give it is like he has cybernetic enhancements from earlier, so that's my only thing I can say for that.
Yeah,
But why he has the cybernetic enhancements? What was it for? Why does it apply? I don't know.
why don't they give Korra that? And what is Froth like the? what is Free doing in that place? Isn't he
It's a
like
psychic connection, but like, why?
yeah?
Why is it a psychic connection? Watch part 2 to find out on April 19th,
They
2024.
we make sure to not answer anything. Also Zack Snyder is making a third movie.
Yeah, this is going to be a franchise now, and I don't know. It was not a good start. Um, like it's
I think
really not good at all. Um,
yeah, I think the Force Awakens has a better base than this one. That's insane.
yeah, and I understand this is a two parter, and like you can't. Maybe it's not fair to judge the entire franchise on this part one that doesn't have a Snyder cut. That's supposed to be the true edition of this movie. Okay.
No.
I, I still that's still a true feelings. That it does a really poor job with the material that it does have, and obviously you have the other problem is like too. It's like with director cuts in general. It's like, all right, if you're a guy that relies on like I need an extra hour or two to uh to make this movie, there must be something wrong if that's always the go-to backdoor thing to think about. Like every single time there's like a project, there's always the oh, there's a Snyder cut edition out there, and I'll like that will be the true vision of what I'm doing. I don't know. It's like at that point, you just gotta kind of hone into your senses and like realize that I don't know. Maybe you got to think smaller then, or maybe you got to think of the resources that you do have,
Or just
or
write or just write the script again.
write the
Redraft.
script again, man. Like you had this since 2012. I don't know. Like maybe he re-edited things. Maybe he did something different. I can't really speak on that,
Yeah, if
but
I
but
mean
yeah,
if
I mean,
this
like
is
if every single time there's always the issue of like I want to make this movie, but like I can't have like this extra 2 hours that I wanted to have in this vision.
yeah.
At that point, you kind of have to just like what can I do to minimize it but still have it as good uh, as what I was thinking, which I
Yeah, I
haven't
don't
seen
know.
proof of that yet
I
from his filmography, but
yeah.
maybe there's something there. I mean, but then it's like when you think about, I mean, his 300 is good, but it's kind of an adaptation of a comic that exists.
I mean people like Watchmen.
Watchmen,
I haven't
similar
seen it.
thing as well.
Yeah. I mean his Man of Steel is shit. His BVS is shit. His Snyder Cut is even more shit. So and also Army of the Dead is horrible, but this Rebel Moon is worse than Army of the Dead, BVS, Man of Steel at least. I have no idea if it's better than Snyder Cut or not.
Hmm.
Probably. I got no fucking clue.
Yeah, Jupiter Ascending is a better movie. You
The
guys should
Force
just watch
Awakens.
that instead.
To be honest, I would rather watch The Force Awakens again. If I'm being held at gunpoint. I mean, at least I mean I don't know. At least that movie is like there's like some bits of writing. It's like okay, that's actually quite good. It's just like everything is all really shit. This scene like Ray's introduction is actually quite pretty good. The scene between like Ray and Han, like after when they go to like the Mars Canada planet is actually good. It's like I mean I don't know. There's like moments that I think it's good. It's just like of course like bad things like Han Solo being character assassinated. The world building is broken. Um, the plot is built around contrivances. Star Killer base everything. But at least there's moments. That's all I say. This movie doesn't even have moments. I don't think we actually praise anything.
Yeah. I can only just say like I I like Jimmy as a concept. and it's mostly just carried by
Anthony Hopkins.
Anthony Hopkins voicing him.
I mean, I guess Dario has an arc of not killing Korra and just kill the other people, but like he already did that arc like right after he left to just help Korra voluntarily. And he didn't really do anything too shady. I don't know, man.
Yeah, and then there's like this whole thing with Jimmy, because like Jimmy has like he has like antler horns now. Because that's just where it ends up at the end of the movie. Wait for the Snyder cut. Maybe we'll see more Jimmy scenes.
Yeah. By the
Just
way, Korra basically doomed many places because just to save a village. The movie didn't even acknowledge that.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
Korra is
know.
yeah, Korra is just worse than Ray. I mean, I say that with Ray in all three trilogies, all three of her movies combined.
Yeah, and my whole thing is like with Core, it's just like I there's nothing really saving it. There's like in the movie in general, like there's no like acting performance that really saves it. None of the characters are like characters really. Everything is paper thin. Everything is like everything is just going in a sequential order of, as Phoenix said, and then. The action can't even carry here and there. I mean, I guess there's some pretty shots here and there, but I mean,
There's a
this is
lot of
like I mean, if you just
overworks.
compare it to some of Snyder's older works, there's a lot better visuals there. Which again, I understand, 166 million dollars between two parts and all that stuff, and I mean, obviously, you can still use that money sparingly while also,
Uh,
you know, with
everything
its with those
yeah,
parts here and there.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like if you like seeing the creator. I mean, that movie is dog shit when it comes to writing, but visually, it's really impressive. And the budget is not really far off from this movie, 90 million. Yeah, you know the create. I mean, I don't know. I don't think like Zack is good at cinematography and stuff. Just that's what I say. It's like what is even used in this movie for budget? It's like space. They barely even show the space. They just I mean there's a planet destroying the final battle. Um, aliens tentacles, but the tentacles look like shit. I don't know CGI makeup. Some
Yeah.
spaceships. I don't know.
Pretty sure Jimmy himself
Uh,
has
yeah,
the
I mean
droid.
to be honest, they could just build like a Terminator robot. It's like, I don't know, and the first movie is like Terminator doesn't even use that much budget for a robot suit. I I don't know. It's like
I mean, obviously, you got the whole, and then obviously the other discussion here is like you got. Uh, I mean, Snyder fans will obviously defend anything Snyder does, which I mean, if that's how you feel, that's fine. I don't really have a problem with it.
yeah,
I mean, we're not going to be like obsessively like talking about this movie like here and there, like some people think that we do. No, uh, we'll keep it down to
uh,
this episode. Uh, if there is like interest to
yeah,
talk about
just
the
got
Snyder Cut version, then we'll do that. But otherwise, like I think it's just a very poor start to this franchise. It's not very interesting overall.
yeah.
Um,
I also watched it like last night, so it's like after this stream we will we will discover more issues. Maybe we'll bring up later. We're
yeah,
probably just gonna do breakdown part two, I guess, for Scar Giver. Yeah, because that's a name for Korra's fucking fake
yeah.
name. Another fake name, I guess. Fucking no. Uh, Life. I don't know. How do you? It's like this is like one of the worst movies this year. It's just I don't know. It's like I mean, the Flash is still the worst, and then Dial of Destiny, Reality, it's like those are still the worst. Some of the worst.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it's
It's like
not. It's not. It's not like that bad, but it's pretty bad.
yeah, it's like really. It's like I don't know. It's like top 10 or really top 10 worst things I saw this year. I mean, they don't have time travel, so I guess there's that.
Yeah,
What do you have to say about this point? It's like Zack Snyder could not stop giving Zack Snyder more things to work with. He can't work with anything. I'm sorry.
and like the characters are just piss in general. Uh, if they're really expecting me to believe that Charlie Hunnam betraying them is like not obvious, I don't know. That's like elementary thinking, I guess. Um,
Uh,
yeah, and like I mean, if you, I mean, it's clear like with the way Korra is written, it's like I just feel like Katie O'Brien made more sense as the lead in that sense because like you clearly just wanted to go for a brawler kind of character who's like war hardened and all that stuff. Not really focusing on her as a person, as an
yeah,
actress or anything like that. So like her feelings. I don't know. Like
yeah,
I just think like I just feel like there's probably a better option there
yes,
because yeah
yes.
I mean it just didn't really do Sophia any favors really.
It's like there's also like cause a lot of questions. Like if she's just a brawler, it's like why is she one of the strongest person of the entire universe? Not just universe, the entire history and the universe.
And
Like
she looks
shouldn't
like she can't run
yeah,
10 feet
and she
properly.
and also like she's not smart or anything. It's like does she have a tactical brain because that's like needed? It's like what other skill set does she has? I mean, they say that she can command an army. It's like, but we're never shown that way.
Yeah, I heard this rumor too. Is part two is rumored to be more introspective in characters' backstories.
My
Yeah,
lord, if
that's what
yeah,
German Husen was saying. Part two is more character focused.
uh, fuck, we have so many backstory for Korra, and none of this add up.
Yeah, I can't imagine what would be that for the other characters because Cora herself is not adding up. Um,
Who's the writer of part two, anyways?
it's probably the same people.
I don't probably. I just gotta look at it. Um, part okay. Part two IMDb. Part two IMDb. To be honest, the good thing is the movie is not well received, so people just like so Netflix may stop giving him things.
I don't know. Netflix is pretty desperate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the same people. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's like
Part two also
by
has
the way,
a
we
well,
didn't. Yeah.
huh?
Yeah. Part two also has what?
No, I was gonna say the extended cut is supposed to come out early 2024, and then part two will come out in April 19th, 2024. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be a lot of Rebel Moon content for those
Yeah.
that care.
I mean, there are better contents on Netflix this year. Believe it or not, I mean, like watch like as you said earlier, just watch True Spirits or just Love at First Sight. Those are on Netflix.
Yeah,
Netflix.
sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Love at First Sight is a Christmas movie, so there's that. Another one more thing just before we wrap it up. Ray Fisher, the ball sniffer, and Michael Husman was saying that basically Snyder shot the movie twice, one for the PG-13 version and one for the rated R version.
Huh?
So
What?
yeah,
Why would do that?
so yeah, Dario was basically saying like he Snyder basically shot the movie two times, which is one for the PG-13, one for the rated R. So my best guess is that she's probably gonna get raped in that scene in the rated R edition. Whereas here
Uh,
they stopped it before it started, I think, which is gonna be fucking awful.
Yeah,
Because
because
I know, like the whole concept of like, should you show sex in movies is one thing, and should you show rape in movies another thing.
yeah,
Uh, and I know that discourse is not going to be that discourse is going to be very polarizing in general.
look at
Uh,
that. Yeah,
which I
like
do understand the concept.
yeah. But by the way, look at that comments. Like
Yeah, how pretentious or arrogant are you to believe that this new IP is deserving of an extended cut? Just release what he believed is to be better. Yeah, it is.
yeah, but
It is like kind of odd because again, it's like the guy is like thinking in concepts of like I'm gonna have this edition and the extended edition like in mind like from the start. Like why can't you just like
release
just
the
shoot it from the
thing.
start? Because like Netflix doesn't have a guideline like that.
Yeah,
Netflix can give you a rated R cut, man.
I mean
Like what is the
Netflix
point of
can
making a PG
yeah
13 version and a rated R version if you
yeah
clearly want
Netflix
this to be
just
rated
yeah
R?
yeah Netflix has said that they're fond of giving you sex scenes. That's basically Netflix for you streaming services.
Like Netflix is literally the platform that is like perfect for Snyder in that sense. Like he can literally just do his original vision the way he wants, and nobody will really stop him there. It's not like Disney or Warner Bros. Where like, yeah, we gotta rein him in a little bit. Yeah, Netflix would. I don't understand like that. And then as the actor was saying, it's like we shot the movie twice, one for the rated R version, one for the PG-13 version.
Yeah,
So at that point, it's like it probably will be just a different movie entirely then.
yeah. I was like,
Uh,
oh,
in the sense like now we get to see sex, violence, and swearing this time.
uh,
So
but don't
yeah,
get
so it's
your
basically
hopes
watching
up.
two different movies.
Yeah,
But it's not
it's like
like Batman v Superman where they edited the movie where they had extra scenes edited down so that the PG-13 and the rated R version are different in that
uh,
sense.
yeah.
This is like
I
basically
don't
doing the same thing twice, but with
even
new
uh,
stuff.
even that. I was like, do you remember that what she said for the Snyder Cut? Only 10% of the movie is used for the Justice League. 90% of the things are in Snyder Cut. That's
And
a
that's not
fucking
even
lot.
true.
Yep. There's a lot of lying. It's like I literally I was like when I saw the Snyder Cut, I was like, what the fuck is this different from the original cut? I have no idea. It's the same scenes.
Yeah. I am I guess this is bad because I am a little bit curious like what exactly does it mean by different for the extended cut? But that's obviously like giving into the whole propaganda of falling into that rated R cut kind of thing,
Yeah,
which
and
is
also you have to
well,
account
yeah,
that
but
Zack
it's more
Snyder is
like
lying as
curiosity
well.
because like if the actor is saying like we did it two times and both of them are completely different in terms of like one time was for PG-13, one time was for rated R, that probably means a different movie entirely in that sense. Unless it's like not that specific. Like, yeah, it's like we filmed extra scenes like for the rated R edition, but like it's still relatively the same each time. Then it's like
Yeah,
okay, I guess that's it. But again,
I
like
mean,
I don't know why in Netflix you would want to do regular cut, Snyder cut. I guess that's
yeah,
because it's a shtick now. Because like he just has to fall in line with the oh let me get this original version out and then let me make sure we get this whole Snyder cut thing out there. So now that's my thing. That's the thing that keeps me relevant now. Which again,
it's like
I don't have a problem with Snyder as a person or anything like that. I don't really know him to make that comment. It's more like why is
yeah,
this the way you think, man? I
yeah.
don't understand.
It's like this guy just like thinks he's like next Stanley Kubrick or some shit. But do you know what? Stanley Kubrick when he like shows like sex violence, he just like fuck it. This is my first cut. Here's a lot of sex scenes in Eyes Wide Shut, A Clockwork Orange. Like he doesn't even try to hide it. It's like yeah, here it is. Low, go for it. It's like and then there's like there's actually a more bloody and sex version. It's like want to see it? It's like okay, you're not even that level. You're not even that bold when it comes to showing sex and violence.
I don't. Army of the Dead didn't have a Snyder cut, did it?
No, it's like don't think so. Uh, I don't know. It's like I don't.
The Lord of the Rings Extended came out because people wanted it. If you can't force these things, I'm sorry, Zach. Sounds delusional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Yeah, but that's I guess to be fair in that example is like, well,
yeah.
not to be fair, it's more like just as like an observation. It's like it's interesting how Snyder, like before the release of both parts, he said that we have an extended edition that's coming out too. Before the start, like the premiere of the first part of this movie. So it's like we already know that both part one and part two are not the final versions of this movie before the start of this movie, which is kind of like a odd thing to like one promote that because like now it's like one you kind of tank the movie itself in the concept of like I'm thinking the concept like why am I watching part one now? Because like there's going to be an extended edition like in a few months. So it's like, what is the point of me watching this movie now? Now that you
Uh,
told me that this is basically pointless. This is not
and
your original vision.
yeah,
And
it's like
then
also which
the
is the
more
real
important part,
canon?
yeah, go ahead.
Which
Which
is
is
the real
canon, yeah.
canon? Yeah, which is canon? It's like this version or the extended version. That's the other
Yeah.
thing. If I search part two, it's like, okay, Zach, which is the next version? Are you gonna be Dave alone just like, wow, that depends on your point of view of which do you believe in more? Basically the most non-answer thing ever.
Yeah. But that's mainly my issue with that. And then secondly, like we know both parts are getting extended editions too. So it's like part two will come out on April 2024. Then there's going to be an extended edition of
Jesus
that.
Christ.
And then what am I supposed to expect now? Am I supposed to expect here's the PG-13 edition of where both part one and part two are together, and now here's the extended edition part where both part one and two are together, but the Snyder cut of that. It's like at that point, it's like Netflix. Are you that desperate for content to the point where he's basically putting the same movies like maybe like two or three times on your platform, and then
I
like,
mean, if you're
but
that
yeah, it's
desperate,
like
what?
I guess they are that desperate.
I mean, if you're
Uh,
that desperate, why don't you just hire me? I can make movies for you. Just saying.
yeah, yeah. It's like
Yeah.
this I don't know. It's just it's such a weird tactic, and I don't really understand how this became a franchise. But here we are.
But Netflix is just trying to get so many franchises out. I mean, by the way, Snyder is trying to make the Army of the Dead franchise. I still heard nothing about it. What is even happening to that franchise now?
Hmm. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's like there's supposed to be a show coming out on. I have no idea when is it coming out. You just said in development of Planet of the Dead. There's also a time loop.
No, oh yeah, that's another good point too. It's like, what is the point of really having a part one extended edition out first, then having part two come out? Because like, wouldn't you rather just put part two PG-13 normal and then do the extended edition part one, part two? Because otherwise, now I'm thinking in the terms of like, okay, you got me to watch part one, which was horrible. So now I got to watch PG. Now I got to watch the rated R version of part one, and then next comes out PG-13 part two. So now what am I supposed to think now? Am I supposed to think which one is canon now? And then who cares? Because then there's going to be part two rated R edition. So it's like at that point you're it's a bizarre way of marketing yourself. Like, why don't you just do part two first and then put rated R part one, rated R part two? Why don't you just do it that way? I don't know. This is one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Uh, Not to mention like why couldn't you just do like a whole movie in general, but more content if you break it up into halves. Because Dune did it. Sure, I guess.
Mm.
Anyways,
Yeah, I have no idea
that's
what the fuck to say.
relatively
Uh,
it. Um. So yeah, do you have anything else you want to end with?
yeah, so I'm just gonna. Yeah, that's it. I mean, to be honest, just whenever Zack Snyder says something, take it with a grain of salt because from his previous stuff, he might be lying his ass off. Snyder Cut,
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah. So that was a long
Shit.
discussion on Rebel Moon,
Yeah,
A Child of Fire, Part One.
don't watch
Uh,
it. So
it's really bad. Um, if anybody does care, the Rated R edition will be coming out soon. Then Part Two. But I'm not particularly interested unless the audience is interested in us talking about it. But yeah, it was really bad, and hopefully we talk about something good next week.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, just a reminder, we do have another channel, another Reviews Core podcast, where these episodes will drop the Monday, the following Monday that comes up. So in this instance, this episode will drop on that channel on Christmas Day. So be on the lookout for that. Once again, Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays to everyone in chat and everybody that's listening here. Um, and yeah, hopefully we talk about something good next week because we really
yeah.
need it.
That's it.
Yeah. So Unity, say goodbye to the people.
Goodbye. I'm just gonna go back and do all my homework. Well, at least I finished two already. I just have one left.
That's
Uh,
good.
that's comments.
Yeah. No
Merry
problem, Phoenix. Merry Kimbo to you as well.
Merry Christmas Eve for now. Well, if you're watching tomorrow, Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're watching after that,
Happy holidays.
hello, yeah, happy holidays. Like,
Yeah. And then yeah, subscribe to Unity Reviews and Analysis. His channel link is in the description down below. You can also subscribe to me, Red Devlos Reviews. I am having a John Walker Part 2 video coming out tomorrow as well on Christmas Day. So be on the lookout for that as well.
yep.
Yeah. And once again, happy holidays to everyone, and we will see you next week. Bye, guys.
Bye.